I want tea. Tea time.
Tea time. Oh, whoops. It says that I am on the internet. And I am most certainly not. Oh, we're live. How about that? That's it's just delightful. And YouTube has seen fit not to notify me about it. Oh, there we go. Notify me about it. Oh, there we go. There we go. It's very nice. Very nice indeed. I mean, it is funny in the sense that, like, we talk about the Bring a Trailer auction, and then we didn't actually post the link to it in here.
Where are my socks?
But it's because right now,
Where are my socks?
it
There
doesn't
they
really
are.
Matter. Where
Time
the
to put on the socks.
oh, it's not the socks that don't matter. I just mean, like, because there are people who are like, oh, well, where's the link for the Bring a Trailer auction? I'm like, well, by now, anyone who's going to bid on it probably already has, unless there are some like big spenders and in the comments.
I forgot to put that in the description of this.
Yeah, but you just put it in the like the top comment or something, or
Oh, Tony's here.
let's see, or if you go to let's see, let's see, if you go to community, all right, if you click on the regular cars our main page, the YouTube page, and go to community, the very first post will be a link to the auction, and you can watch the auction live there as we count down our fond farewell to the Vagabond Falcon with a little bit of the bubbly. So yeah, the link is in the community page, so if they just click over the community page, the link is there.
Okay.
So we're good.
Putting on fresh socks because I busted in my old ones, my old funds. Welcome, everybody, to the final hour of the Bring a Trailer auction for the Vagabond Falcon. We have with us Tony Airlines in the studio.
Oh, it's right there.
I was like, where am I looking? Cool.
Tony will be handling the Bring a Trailer, like
monitoring.
Yeah, monitoring it. I have some housekeeping to do first, and that's to grab the link, copy link address, and then I need to send it to Chris over at Bring a Trailer, because he's going to embed this stream in the Bring a Trailer auction.
Ooh, the wonders of technology.
Where is it? There it is. We are live. Command V.
Yeah, it's weird in that I can't really like share any of this until we're already live.
Yeah.
So
we got Tony brought over a bottle of champagne for when it closes. When we get to the final like 10 minutes or something like that, I am opening that bottle of Trogue's Impending Descent, the beer of beers.
Oh boy.
Usually $12 a bottle. It's a fine aged, deeply dark porter that I enjoy immensely. It's a beer you drink for taste, not for inebriation. So
it's a beer you share with others too.
Right now, the auction is at $7,100, which is a lot lower than what I thought we would be right now. But I have to remember, I am selling a classic car, and the classic car bubble has gone away. And we are also in the middle of a pandemic, and it's winter. The X factor is how much does my namesake have? How much will that bump the price up? For reference, the my MR2, I think 2 years ago, we were over at your house.
That bumped it up.
That got like $9,100. I'm like, that's decent. That's $1,000 more than what I bought it for. And now MR2s are well above 10. And there was one on Bring a Trailer. There's that. Did I send it to you? The Civic Si with 5,000 miles.
Yes. Oh my God.
It was like 6 days out, and it was only
36,000 or something ridiculous like that. Like,
I'm sure it
it's a
closed
Civic.
by now.
wow.
So did I hear back from the guy at Bring a Trailer? Freaking that Toyota place is still sending me form emails. Delete. So Tony's got some pizza here. He's the only guy who hasn't ate.
need my
Quaxum
nourishment.
says, does this count as an RCR podcast? Yeah, I mean, Nick's going to put this, of course, is going to go up on iTunes afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, I found out that the guy's Nick Mullen from Cumtown, he uses Shout Engine.
Really?
And I'm surprised he didn't give a shout out to like Chris Hayes, who I guess is the lead guy for that. And we use Shout Engine as well. I had this one bit, like, you know, you listen to enough Cumtown and then you start making your own bits.
Yeah.
And I got super high. I got like too high like 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
And because after doing Sober October, you know, having a beer to relax just kind of doesn't work for me anymore. I don't know. It like worked it out of my system. So I just switched over to the old ganja pen. But I got too deep like 2 nights ago. And I was like, when I was sober, I was thinking of this great like Double Dare bit. But when I got high, I was trying to tell Frederick Knudsen from Down the Rabbit Hole about it. But like, I was high, so I was super empathetic, and I felt bad for this imaginary version of Mark Summers that I was creating. Like, it played out like this, like, like cold open on the lights above. Double Dare is opening, and you have that pans down. You see the Double Dare sign up there. Pans over, you see the 3 like middle school kids there with their hands on the buzzers. They're super amped. They're on Double Dare. It's like, yeah, we're ready to go. Dun-dun-dun. Out comes Mark Summers. Before he can say one word, Thunder from American Gladiators comes over, tackles him into the kiddie pool filled with Nickelodeon gack, and just starts humping him. Dry pounding. He's gonna go right through that cheap suit of Mark Summers. Just boom, boom, boom.
But wetter.
Yeah,
And
keep
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
and the theme song is still going. Mark Summers is saying nothing. He's just, bubbles of that. Bubbles of gack just starts coming out of his nose. The kids are sitting motionless, hands on their butters. Cut back to him. The theme music ends, and you just hear splat, 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 splat. That goes on for a little bit too long, and then without anything else, it just cuts to black screen, and then Nickelodeon.
We'll be right back.
Out.
I'm Mr. Face. All right. So what I'm going to do is get the sign, right? And then no, there's already something on the back of the sign.
Someone said the Civic sold.
What'd the Civic sell for?
$50,000.
$50,000.
Holy crap.
Oh yeah, we need like another. You know what? If you can't find anything, there is some cardboard boxes up in the closet. You're thinking about just writing like the auction URL?
Yeah, the thing, because people can't find the community page. Which,
Okay.
I mean, if you go to the main, I'm not going to mansplain everybody what the community
There's larger paper there under the stack of drawers right there. And then markers over there by my router. So anyway, we've got, that was only 9 minutes. I didn't even drink my tea yet. Where are we with the auction? Still 7,100. No one's bid yet.
So the papers, here.
Yeah, I have like legal pads down there.
This is what happened last time is no one bid till like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Then it got whack.
So, is there none down there?
No, I don't see any. Oh, wait, no, I see it now. It's on top.
Nickelodeon butt raunching. So we'll just get to super chat since there's nothing else to do. Nick H, thank you. Says bust. James F says good luck on the auction. Thank you for your donation, James. Mike Kamen says how much of this money will be going toward the next mascot of RCR, a 1995 Chevrolet Corsica? Good. Well, okay. You know what? Your year is maybe bang on of the car that's going to replace it. All of the money will be going toward the new car. Just money in, money out. So whatever we get from this is whatever we have to spend. I have the car in mind that I want. I'm not telling you because I want to drive the price up. But Tony,
you wouldn't be the only YouTuber driving the price up,
right? Now, of course, after I get it, when I sell it, you're damn right I'm going to drive the price up. It will be a difficult car to find. It is 90s, and that's about all I'm saying right now. And it is in the same sort of market segment that the Chevy Corsica was, an everyday car. But this one has some oddities to it. Stowaway doesn't have a question, just has R, which may be like South African Rand, $1. Thank you. Kenny Sick says, love the Vagabond Falcon. The Ford Falcon is one of my favorite cars. I bought a 2017 Yaris hatch because it felt close to a regular Echo. Yep. 2017, did they give you Bluetooth or not? I don't know. Toyota, I felt, was pretty late to that game. Thank you, Kenny. Bob, which I think is Croatian money. Hey, handsomes. Hope we didn't embarrass you in front of Diamond Blue. Nah, he was a good sport. He was cool and should be on again. Yeah, he's welcome to come on again. I hope you make many monies on the Falcon. I hope we do too. I have
crossing our fingers.
I have a happy price in mind.
Oh, new bid.
New bid. New bid. $7,269.
Nice.
New bid.
Like
Thank you.
telephone.
Hell yeah.
What you did there. We need a row of people with phones behind us, but they're all celebrities or hate each other.
Hello, first time in stream. Let's see how that looks.
It's probably not going to look great.
Is that backward? Is it backwards?
I think it's.
Do I see it as backwards and you do see it as forwards?
Oh, weird.
Just, hang on, let me see how I see it.
Okay. People who are watching this,
yeah, it's forward facing for me.
okay. We could have just did this in Word and printed it out.
In theory, yes.
Yes.
But we're low tech, low budget. We like doing things very, on the
in the moment.
Yeah.
Don Rettelberg says, can't wait to find out what you're getting. It's going to be, everybody have happy holidays and New Year's and everything. We're really going to know until after that. If the car I want is, feasible. Can't wait to find out what you're getting. And if the person who I was talking to about this car, like this morning on email, know that I'm obscuring this just a little bit to throw people off track. So also, Don Reddit says, can't wait to find out what you're getting. Hope it's a Galaxy. Eventually, I will get a Galaxy.
Those are expensive. The convertible ones, at least.
Yeah, people are wanting like 30 grand for something like that. Of course, we just got done talking about a Civic that went for 50. So
still.
Just get the hard top and cut the roof off.
No, I need that drop top.
Right. That Galaxy in my neighborhood is still sitting there rotting, and it's for sale. And it's like
the hard tops are cheap.
The rust, yeah. That's the big thing.
I don't want one.
I don't think that thing is operational, and it's been in my neighborhood for years and years, and no one has made well, I don't know if anyone's made an offer, and the guy's just has a number in his mind of what it's worth and isn't willing to budge on it, even though the car is like a quarter orange. from the rust. I'm just like, no buys.
Give it to Scotty Kilmer.
Chris Cushing from Bring a Trailer says he's trying to embed it into embed the stream into the ad. So that's what we're doing. Where was I? Can't wait to find out what you're getting. Hope it's a Galaxy. Eventually I will get a Galaxy, but I'm going to either have to, put it in a warehouse or something because the Galaxy is so freaking long. It doesn't fit in my garage. Yeah. So either I'm going to have to move or put it in I am for the next at least 4 years. I've done the Winga Dinga thing with this classic American car, and I don't really feel like going down that road again. Oh, that's another hint. The car I'm getting, not a V8, and it's a four banger. So that's another thing.
Is it really?
Huh. Yeah. Yep.
Didn't know.
I'm working on one myself. Oh, you are working on one, and it would be great to see you wrenching on one. And the Falcon I'm going to get, I would want one that of course, classic car, you're always going to work on it. But you want it as turnkey as you can get. Mike McCole says, hello, first time in stream. Love the content. It's been great. Thanks for all the work you guys do. Good luck on the auction. Can't wait to see it. You can watch it right now. The URL is there, or you can just go to Bring a Trailer and search for Falcon. Go to bringatrailer.com, search for Ford Falcon, and it'll come up.
Or you can also just Google Bring a Trailer regular cars, and it'll literally be the first result.
Nice.
I just Googled Ford Falcon Bring a Trailer. It was the first result.
Nice.
Yeah, you get the full. Oh, are these the photos you took from when we were doing the Christmas music video?
Yeah.
Very nice. It came out very nicely.
Thank you. Eric Muller says, here's some money toward another bottle of porter. Sounds delish. It is delicious. I keep eyeing that thing there. Maybe in the last half hour, I'll open that bottle of impending descent.
I swear I'll break my alcohol abstinence someday. It shan't be this day, but hey, more for you guys.
Oh, thanks. Half a bottle of that. Oh boy. And then we got to pop that champagne. Does champagne for you count as alcohol?
I mean, I don't think a glass would kill me.
Okay.
But it's not even really like a principle thing necessarily. It's just the act of getting wasted no longer holds appeal to me. And I realized that was the only reason I was drinking was to get wasted and to feel the rush of and to be unchained such that I could say the things I wanted to say.
I'm going to say the thing. Here I come.
And I realized after a certain point, how often were the times that I got laid? How many times did that happen because I was untethered by alcohol to the point where I could just say things and be more confident and open than I was before. And it's not even like anything was happening the night that I was saying these things, but it's just that gets your foot in the door. And suddenly I'm suddenly my hat is in the ring, I guess, for things that I don't remember saying. And I don't want to be that guy anymore of I want to have complete ownership over everything that I say or do. And so that's the big motivating factor. If I liked drinking enough to where I would do it for flavor or the taste or to relax or anything.
Have you ever tasted impending descent?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah. It's actually quite nice. I was gifted a bottle of it a very long time ago. I forget by whom. And I apologize if you're watching this.
Probably Jess.
Might have been.
Because she was searching Wegmans and stuff like that to try to find bottles of impending descent.
Yeah.
They had it on tap at the brewery last time Jess and I went. So I had it on tap. It was glorious.
You can put something that dark on tap.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, right.
Because it's not just dark; it's thick too.
Yeah,
it's almost viscous.
I can only do that in sips.
Yeah,
it's rough.
Yeah, no, it's too much. It almost reminds me of Arrogant Bastard, if you ever had one of those.
Yeah.
And then they had the vaunted Double Bastard, which was big in college, of like, okay, if you're really drunk, now it's Arrogant Bastard time or Double Bastard time, because obviously you don't care that what the taste is going to be like. You're going to get drunker. And I'm like, if I don't care what the taste is going to be like, and I'm just trying to get drunker, like I'll just go back to the frat house and like kill their sixer of Natty Light, which is literally what they had. They had a whole cooler full of like Natty, or no, it was Natty Ice. And I'm just like, why are we, I don't know. It's piss water swill, but it does in a pinch.
It's like, yeah. Now you're like,
It increases the volumes of your It's just like progressively louder.
Hell yeah.
And then you want to like walk into every room and do like,
what's going on, bro?
Yo, Brent. Have I ever done my Pacino for you? You got a great big ass. It's like, it's not really even a Pacino. It's just like yelling.
Yeah.
with an accent.
Loud voices.
It's like
and then you get the one guy who's like, everybody be quiet. Everybody quiet. I got something to say.
And then it's like,
yeah.
That was great. Great story.
Guy kicks down the door to like do his walk-in that everyone's sick of hearing.
Yeah.
Can you do a walk-in? I can't do a walk-in. I try to do a walk-in.
No, I can't do it. I can't do voices at all.
I'm a man, and I require.
That's pretty good.
It's just like, no, because I was like listening to Mullen do the walk.
How does he do that?
I don't know. And he's like, nothing gets me
going.
No, nothing gets me going like hot Dr. Pepper. Dicks,
and not just another cornucopia coming down the mountain roo, and they got us gonna DoorDash, but it's just for dicks. All the guy does is ring the doorbell and drop your pants. You get charged extra if you look. The game is the guy from DoorDash just comes to your door, drops his pants, and the game is to maintain eye contact. Dick dash.
Hey, we ever do like formal introductions in the event that no one hasn't seen a Tony Airline podcast before?
There's a few people who don't know who I am.
Oh, that's good, because the next question is for you. The guy, that guy with the plaid, asked Tony Airlines.
Hello.
How was Thanksgiving, and did you fly?
Thanksgiving was fun. As usual on holidays, I'm working on holidays, and I spent Thanksgiving. I was in Atlanta for a couple of hours, and they had free food there. Where did I go? I went to Des Moines. That's right.
You are a captain for one of the major airlines.
I'm a captain for a major airline, and I fly a Bombardier CRJ 900 all over the East Coast, Midwest. As far as Thanksgiving, I spent it in Des Moines, Iowa, which was great because they put us downtown in a nice hotel. So nothing open, but it was still fun.
And then he's also, people might remember him as the owner of the Honda Beat that we reviewed.
Yes. The Honda Beat my meat.
Yeah. And you can follow him on Instagram at Tony Airlines. He's a great follow, a funny follow.
You also have a YouTube channel now?
I do. Yeah. With some fun little remixes of airplane sounds.
That sounds delightful. I didn't
also
know
saw
this.
Tony.
Yeah. They're fun.
I'm sorry.
No. I didn't know about that. He had a channel now.
Oh,
it's great.
Yeah, he does. You also saw Tony when we were, he was giving me I guess it was a lesson.
Impromptu lesson.
Yeah, like exploratory flight.
Yeah.
For me to learn how to fly a plane. I have a logbook now. There's nothing in it because Greg International, the other pilot friend, he's in a simulator right now, I believe in Texas, training for an Airbus something. A321 or something like that.
Probably.
Is there an A319?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The short bus.
Oh, is that what it is?
It's really shortened A320. Tiny boy. Frontier loves them.
Why do they make Do all planes start out short, or do they? No.
Sometimes it can go either way. Like the CRJ
Yeah.
started as a corporate jet, and that was like really, really stubby CRJ. And then they just stretched it to. They're like, you can fit so many people in this bad boy.
Yeah.
And they stretched it, and they stretched it, and they stretched it.
Did the wings get longer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that little plane that had these super stubby wings? It was like in the 70s. It was a jet plane. It's like the Tiger II or something like that.
Was it like jet or turboprop?
Jet.
I'm
I'm gonna have to look this up. Like the airplane people in the chat probably know exactly. Tiger II. Tiger II. No, that's a tank.
That's a tank.
Tiger fighter jet.
Someone said you still have the beat. Yes, I have the beat.
Oh,
It is in good
Northrop
health.
F5.
Oh, wow, that thing.
I remember
had a
their
great
wings
future,
being
and
a
then
lot.
they canceled it.
Okay. I remember these things having much shorter wings in my memory.
You want to see a skinny ass wing? Look at the Fairchild Metroliner.
Fairchild Metroliner.
Yeah.
And then the first thing that comes up is
Look at that
Fairchild
little
Metroliner
boy.
crash.
Yeah.
Oh, is that for real?
Yeah.
Oh, it took me to a page and didn't let me see the.
So this plane was a little pre-regional jet. This was 80s, back when everything was a turboprop. And right at the end, right before deregulation, I think it came, is every other puddle jumper was using those planes. You could fit 19 people in there, and the engines on there, the Garrett TPE, are so finicky that like apparently you could melt them if you just were careless with them.
It's like
they require very delicate inputs.
It's like your wing surface area is about the same amount as your engine nacelles.
Yeah, it is skinny.
What were they thinking?
It is. Who knows? It was designed by Swearingen, Jürgen, Jürgen.
Come down to the Jürgen, Toyota, Jürgen. I decree you, Jürgen.
That needs
Not
to be
even
a thing
making
of Jarl.
Jarl. See, okay, well, we're like
I'm looking for a quest.
Come see, can I have come see our sales associates?
Come see our sales associates. I can't do it that well.
It turned into like Italian.
Yeah, it did.
We're thinking of other like fake car dealerships to do. And one was gonna be King Toyota. It was like, come see the king at King Toyota. But there really is a King Toyota.
Yeah.
And it's like, where is it?
It's like in North Carolina.
So we can't use that.
A giant inflatable king thing.
It's almost kind of like, the Ulfric Stormcloak of car dealerships of just, just call me to the Stormcloak.
I'm the racist option in this game. That's the great thing about Skyrim, because it really makes you think which side you're going to join.
Yeah.
Or you could just not join a side, but
tough.
then you don't complete those quests.
Yeah. I heard that there is the option, and I didn't try for it, where like you can become the emperor, but like once you do that, there's like nothing to do in the game.
Like, shoot, I'm president.
So it's like,
now. What do I do?
yeah, because there is no sort of template for governance in Skyrim.
Yeah,
so
you're
like
playing
once you're the
SimCity.
ruler, it's just like it would be funny if the game essentially changed genres once you like won
It's like,
the
all
whole
right,
thing.
Terry, we got to
It's
build
like,
some roads and sign these
all
documents,
right,
please.
you attain power, now you have to keep it.
Yeah.
Before I forget, I was talking to Hoovy the other day, and I only bring this up because you mentioned the Double Dare and how, and I mean this with the utmost respect. He looks like a young Mark Summers. If you think about it.
Hoovy.
No, but he was mentioning how like we're welcome in Wichita once this whole thing pops up to review like anything that he's got, because he's got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I've never been to Kansas. Except in my
Not
mind.
much there.
We drove through it.
We
But
did.
we did,
Yeah. We
Like
technically
what
did.
part of Kansas did we see? Well, we saw this hotel in Omaha when they had the Little League World Series and got hit on by drunk moms.
Yes.
That was Kansas for us. And then we just drove straight through to Colorado.
Yeah.
Von Waffensberg says, just wanted to show support. All the best and on-time oil changes for the Falcon. Yep. Oil changes were always on time. And even if I didn't rack up the miles, I still change the oil over at Bruce's
All the time.
Okay. It's got a half an hour to go.
Well,
Let's crack that bottle.
30 minutes.
This bottle?
A little one, yeah.
Yeah, here you go.
Impending descent.
Yeah.
Boris T.S. Karloff says, here's my bid for the Falcon. Did I win? You don't bid here, man. You bid on Bring a Trailer.
I have $2.
We're gonna find out now.
I actually
definitely-
went to a car auction for the first time. I was on an overnight in Burlington, Vermont, and it's exactly like that.
Yeah, same thing.
Random ass cars coming in whatever condition. And it's just someone talking unintelligible words.
Was it a theme, like a classic car auction, or just?
No, it's a huge. It almost looks like a junkyard, but without the junk.
Okay.
Yeah, $200 on a night with your wife. It's just.
But it could be like, I don't know, a Mustang pulls up, and then the next thing is like a Dodge Caravan.
Nice.
Very nice.
It's random.
Shout out to folks from Jalopnik who have like a second-gen Caravan. They're trying to road trip it.
Speaking
Cool.
and shout out to Canada. Apparently, okay, I was reading this earlier about how, like in Alberta, they're warning people on the road not to allow moose to lick your car.
All right.
As if there's anything you could possibly do to stop it, because it's just so huge that if it's in your way, I mean, you're gonna take the legs out from under it. It's gonna go through your windshield. But the whole thing is that like they love getting salt from the lakes, but now they realize they can get this mineral from the road salt that gets like splashed on their car. They're like, oh man, free salt lick, and they go over with their big moose face and go over and lick all the salt on your car. And I mean, the warning doesn't seem to have anything to do with like protecting your car at all, because obviously I think the salt's going to mess up things worse than the moose ever would.
Yeah.
But it's still a strange thing to have to warn people against, and a very Canadian problem in the cliche sense of, well, if it were here in Pennsylvania, the problem would be of don't let the horse who's driving the buggy, take a dump.
Fly, isn't it?
Yeah, let's aim it right for the ceiling fan.
I opened a bottle of champagne at my old apartment outside, and for shits and giggles, I did
pass
let's
me
fly it like
a
5
glass
feet in the air,
and take one for yourself.
and it flew like above the roof of my apartment complex. Nectar. God, that's so look at that.
It's like
Trogs, I've been waiting on this beer for a while.
it looks like Kahlua, tastes like a porter.
Yeah.
Goddamn. So,
Wow.
I wish I had 20K FU money high from, I believe, Poland. Poland's flag is white and red. I think that's Poland. Mandanara, I believe is your name. Mandanara. I wish I had 20K FU money high from Poland. I think it's Poland. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Chris Moas doesn't have a question. Moas doesn't have a question, but hello from Canada.
Hello,
Michael Sheridan. And also thank you to Ivan Verlan from Visual Inclination for recreating Technology Connections background that he did it here. That is not the last time that I will cosplay as Alec from Technology Connections. He will appear again.
I love seeing this.
That was a great meme.
That
Beautifully
really was.
It took a while to get Alec out of my head. Just like watching his videos and trying to mimic his style. I stayed in his character like for a good 5 minutes after we were done.
Yeah. you looked so happy.
Yeah.
Like that was
Smiling
like
the whole
that was
time.
what I love so much about it. You just like it's so bright and
Yeah.
everything, and the background worked so well, and it's so uncanny how easily you fit into that universe of just like of that, you know, Alec personality in the channel and everything.
I wonder if he's really like that or if that's an affectation.
Don't
Because I'm
know.
not really that sexual, even though Mr. Regular is.
Yeah.
So
There is a clear line of demarcation between like the person that you present to the camera and the person you present to other people and the person you present to your friends. It's like everybody has this like, you know, a swatch sampler of faces, which
alcohol per volume, 11.8.
wow.
Nice.
So it's pretty much wine.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Watching,
that's 12.
nice. Watching from St. Louis since forever. Thank you for all the laughs. Good luck with the auction, says Michael. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for your generous donation. Joseph Wheely. How we doing? We're still at 7,000.
Mhm.
We're still at 7,269.
Nice.
We have 23 minutes left to go in the auction. Joseph Wheely says, I wrecked my car. I wrecked my
Aw.
first car last night.
Aw.
Ford Explorers are terrible first. Well, I mean, if it's an older Ford Explorer, pour one out for the modular, or I think they offered 6s in there.
Is there a Michael Sheridan or Mex Hall in any of those
Michael Sheridan.
or Mex Hall?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I missed you. There it is.
Right there.
Does the Falcon come with a Kunkelman plate frame? No, it does not.
That'd be good.
It'd be more fitting if we get Meyer Ford, but that's not gonna, can't be done in time.
Yeah.
Although I'm not opposed to whoever wins this. If they really want a Meyer Ford license plate frame, we'll send you one.
Yeah, we'll send you. I mean, like,
Or I'll just PayPal you the money and you can order it. That way it comes right to you faster.
Yeah.
Instead of having to be mailed to my house and I pack it up again and then mail it to there, because it's all going to be like drop ship stuff.
I keep forgetting to like add new merch to the Zazzle store because the merch that we already have up there is selling well to the point where I feel like I don't need to add anything more. But then I forget to have ideas of like part of the reason that I did the whole Ralph Mothersbaugh thing was to get bumper stickers going, and then I forgot to make it. Because I'm like, well, people are so sick of like politics by now. Who's actually going to buy a bumper sticker for a fake politician who doesn't actually know what a comptroller is?
Right.
So it's like, well,
I live in a comptroller's house.
Yeah, but it's a comptroller now.
Atomic Automobile, generous hundo. Thank you. That will be probably put toward me going to get the car that will replace the Falcon, because it's probably, I mean, let's be honest, if I want to buy another thing, it's not going to be an East Coast car. It's not going to be a Rust. I will, if doable, I will leave the Northeast, go to a sunny place where rust doesn't happen like it does here.
California.
But thank you, Atomic Automobile. Hey, dude, I saw you lost some money on Duke Energy. I guess. I mean, I lost a little. It's like I thought. I read some news that says that Duke Energy was working on like better wind power or something like that, and then that security just like sort of faltered a little bit. I mean, I got some dividend checks from them, so whatever.
Oh, we're talking stonks. I
sold Duke Energy and bought Visa. Heck yeah. I bought Visa and I also bought Moderna. And I am happy about that Moderna.
Yeah.
That is 125% profit on that.
I have
now it's been going up and down crazy each day because it's like, well, we're going to have the vaccine, then we're going to. So they're all like edging themselves and like false coming and stuff like that. But I'm still going to hold on to Moderna.
Keep going. I'm almost there. It's just, I got one toe in the Moderna water. I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
It's just, one share.
I have one share of Amazon.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
One share.
I mean,
it's kind of it's okay.
Yeah.
I would do one share of Amazon if it wasn't almost like $4,000.
Yeah.
It's like you can kiss my whole ass for that.
It's a lot better than the gambling that is Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I sold your company.
What?
I had stock in your company.
Oh, really?
And then it finally came up back in the green, and I thought, you know what? I'm getting off this roller coaster.
You want to make a profit off of airline it's going to take 5 years. And that's if we don't have another downturn, which it looks like the cycle nowadays is about every 10 years we have a downturn. We had 9/11, then 2008, and this.
20 minutes to go. Auction hasn't moved yet. Still at $7,269. That is a steal if it stays there. I mean, it's not. But I am going to become like an auctioneer barker toward the end of this. I may need, well, we'll see how this beer goes. I mean, there's plenty in the fridge.
Have you read the comments for this?
Oh, in the Bring It
so
trailer?
many, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, hilarious because like half of it is the brown comments, so obviously, which is just totally like not even belonging in Bring a Trailer.
So this Atomic Automobile says, yes, I work for Duke Energy. I've been a nuclear power plant operator with them for many moons. Sorry, we suck. Allow me to return this. I appreciate it. Thank you. It'll be put to very good use. You're very kind. Thank you, Atomic Automobile. Peter Gonzalez says, Roman, please use your best auctioneer voice at the end. Well, we're definitely going to be doing that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't even really know that I can do an auctioneer unless I'm just saying gibberish, because auctioneers go so fast that you know.
What am I bid? What am I bid?
What am I bid?
It's going to be sold. 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 Uncle Pull Tab 2 Pushrod Boogaloo. Hey guys,
great username.
Hey guys, just wanted to say I love the show and my Fiesta ST I bought because of your video. Viva LeBron. That makes me happy to hear. Thank you. Thank you for your donation.
It's amazing.
Projecto number 5 with £2. Thoughts on my car, the Renault Twingo 2. Well, we don't get those in the US. Did you ever drive one overseas? No.
I've seen them.
I think we may have saw them when we were in Coventry, but that's it.
You know what will be legal to import in 3 years is the Fiat Multipla.
Oh, is that weird? Yeah.
Double-deckerish piece of crap. It's like that car is literally, from what I understand, the European version of the Pontiac Aztek.
Really?
Where, yes, it's useful, but it's freaking quirky as hell. I don't know if it has much of a following, but...
The Aztek has a following, but it doesn't have a money following. I mean, that
the
guy...
Twingo has a following.
Does?
Yeah. It's not a hot hatch, but...
What if it becomes like the S-Cargo? There's no way to not say it. Here, in that, when it comes here, we're all going to get our panties in a tizzle, and then there's going to be a few people parking hard at car meets when car meets happen again with Fiat Multiplas.
Oh, yeah. Lane Motor Museum does have a Fiat Multipla.
Sweet.
Did we see it when we were there? Yeah.
It was parked in the depths.
What was the one
where they keep the good shit?
What car did you do the if you were a loved one bit, the mesothelioma bit? Did we ever use that?
It was a
that
convertible.
Was the AutoZam, wasn't it?
Maybe. We have to go back. I remember it being like a convertible and slightly older. It was near one of those weird like propeller cars.
Yeah,
weird.
It was in that whole like weird area where like all the cars had faces, and I took pictures next to each car trying to like mimic the face the car was making. Oh, good times. That was a wonderful place.
That was fun.
Shout out to Lane's Motor
16
Museum.
minutes to go. We have another bid. We are up to $8,100.
$8 large.
8 large. That can buy you 2 LS Crate engines. $8,000 can buy you a pretty nice base Subaru Impreza. It can buy you a fantastic Toyota Camry.
Bought me a Honda Beat.
That's how much paid for it?
8.
Damn, you could sell that probably for, well, you were thinking.
And it is in like...
I talked it down too.
Chef's
I'm
kiss.
eating on the stream. Forgive me.
Yeah.
I'm sinning. But, they're only going...
Wreck. Hello,
Man, this
Wreck.
ain't The Bachelor. You can eat on the dates.
Sad to see the Falcon go. Here's Steel Reserve. Oh, when Natty Light is a little bit too bougie for you, then there's Steel Reserve.
Well, you know what my bougie...
Throw up while you're driving your semi-truck. It's Steel Reserve. piss your pants in front of your doctor. Go into the examination room. Take a shit with a straight face because you drank Steel Reserve. Steel Reserve, the beer for men named Mike.
Nothing like vomiting frothy. It's just how you do it. It's the Miller High Life of, well, no, because Miller High Life is the champagne of beers.
Yeah.
I tried to talk one friend of mine in college into dressing up as a Miller High Life girl for Halloween, and she was all about it, and then ended up going as like, Silk Spectre from Watchmen.
Huh.
Gotta split towns on fire again, says Rex firefighter. So okay, he's got to go by.
Thank you for your
check in with us. We're down to the last quarter hour.
Last quarter hour.
We're still at $8,100. All the action happens in the last 2 minutes.
Germany, 1944.
Let's see. Hey, RCR, this is Bonsense08. Hey, RCR, I purchased a 1962 Falcon Futura. Nice. Seeing yours makes me want to finish mine. I encourage anybody who has a Falcon not to V8 swap it. Don't do what I did. Yes, you have a very, very fast car. The last time I drove the Falcon was a couple days ago. It was that last warm day we had before it like rained for 2 days. Yeah.
You sent me the video.
Oh, yeah. And I got into a race on 61 with one guy in a modern Mustang. There was a Camaro. I mean, we were like looking at each other as we were driving along the highway. And of course,
I see you.
I see you. I see you. You see me. And like, he's got his boys and there are other modern muscle cars. There was a Charger and I think another Mustang. And we pull up and like, we're first online for the stoplight. So we're there.
Here we go.
And I look at him. He gives it a thumbs up. And I say right to the guy, I'm like, are we doing this? And he goes, and I'm like, you'll probably beat me. You got fuel injection, everything else. He's like, and then he asks, what do I have? It's like, there's a 302 in this or 50. And he goes, okay. And I click it down into low, into first. That light turns green. I peel out. And I do make a scene. And this was probably my biggest stoplight peel out I ever did in the Falcon. I didn't torque load it. I didn't ride the brakes and spin up the torque converter and let it go. I just put my foot on the floor and it, as it pulled away, I probably surprised him a little bit. And I banged through that mega shifter and I saw a number on that speedometer that I probably shouldn't see. I didn't bury it. I didn't bury the speedometer, but this guy in the modern Mustang with his 5-liter and his flat plane crank and everything, he just goes right by me. And I thought, you know what? That is a fitting end to this day.
It is.
Yeah. To the story. Like the last time I drove it, I street raced it. Now, of course, I'm not street racing. I'm just pulling away from a stoplight really fast and then broke traction.
That's illegal.
It's something that you almost
my neighborhood.
Whoever buys it is going to do that because it's a Ford 8.8 reared end. It's so overkill for like the crank horsepower. Like last time we did, you can get, whoever gets this needs to put a wideband up the tailpipe and like lean out the mixture a little bit. Like it's running fat and happy, which is okay. It's better than it running too lean and too hot. So this is like the conservative way to do it. But you can get more power if you lean out that mixture and rejet that carburetor, or if they just go to an FI tech and just put an FI throttle body injection thing on it. But if you do that, then you need a electric fuel pump, and you should probably move the pulleys around. Anyway, point is, you're getting a fast car. Like, we don't really talk how fast the Falcon really is. It doesn't have a lot of horsepower, but it has 300 foot-pounds of torque. That sucker wants to break the back wheels loose all the time, and it won't break the back wheels loose in overdrive. The overdrive's too high, and it's a 327 rear end. But man, first and second gear, it wants the back end to come around. So you're gonna have whoever gets this buys a fun car. Hey RCR, I purchased you got it with the 62 Falcon. Okay, we're getting
almost
down
10.
to
we're getting
down to almost 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's like 11.
I forget, where does it reset?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. That's
2
it.
minutes. Last 2 minutes is where it's going to get nuts.
Yeah.
A Ducked Up Goose says, any thoughts on buying a 1969 Opel GT? Not really, no. They used to sell them in the U.S. at Buick dealerships.
I still see Opel dealerships in Europe every
Yeah?
now and then. It's so weird seeing like dealership like Renault or something
Yeah.
weird like that. Like, oh, cool.
It's
I need
like
to go get slippers. My feet are getting cold.
Mm.
I'm wearing
So-
athletics.
people in the chat are saying that the price keeps going back down, but I guess as running, like I imagine, like you're viewing this at an administrative capacity. Maybe?
I mean, it changes right in front of me
Oh,
the
all
second
right.
someone bids.
No, because they say there's it went back down to 72.69, but we're at 8,100.
Yeah, I see 81.
Yeah,
On my
so I mean, I was just wondering if maybe there's like a different kind of like live counting if you're an administrator versus if you're just someone watching the auction live. But I mean, maybe they're just waiting for those numbers to go through. Everyone's on a delay as it stands. So I don't know. Very good times.
Weird.
So what isn't updating?
Oh no. Some people get 72.69 as the price, but we're up to 8,100. Now I'm
Okay.
starting to see people who are refreshing it and saying that like it went down or it went up. But it's
I don't
been
know how that'd be
8,100
possible.
consistently for us. Oh
Oh,
no, it did.
what the heck?
Huh.
Back down again.
It did go back down.
Someone
That-
pull their thing?
Is that
Was it-
possible?
maybe.
Huh.
Maybe.
F5.
We are down to 9 minutes.
What the heck?
7,269. I guess. Don't
Someone
know.
pulled the bid.
I mean, there is a kind of poetry in 69 being the last number, but
Nice.
there's if that's where
69.
Yeah, it's weird. Like whoever it was, a bid has been placed. Like I got an email
Huh.
that said 8,100. Who knows? Well, what
Let
do we
Bring a
got?
Trailer figure that out.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Guess
someone
the
says
note.
mine does 8,100 after refresh. All right. Good luck on the auction. Here's a few bucks toward your next car. That was from Killarney. Opel GT. No interest in Opel GTs. And pictures looks clean. I'm not sure if wintertime is the best time to buy an old carbureted car. It is. Now's the time to buy carbureted old cars because no one wants them.
Don't delay, buy today at Kunkelman
Yeah.
Chevrolet.
You have no choice.
Choice.
Your body and soul are forfeit. So-
You're still working on yours.
I have a Kunkelman Chevrolet sticker on my flight bag, and I'm hoping
Nice.
someone recognizes it. I had one pilot recognize the RCR keychain, and he was like, "You're allowed to have that on your bag?" And he was just joking because of all the poop jokes and everything.
Last I checked, this was America.
Did he recognize you then?
No, he didn't recognize me, but
Did you tell him?
yeah, I told him.
Uh-huh.
He's like, "Oh my god, I've seen the live streams."
Let's see. And he was your FO for that day?
No, it's just a random pilot in the airport. I was
Whoa.
sitting on a bench at Boston Logan,
Yeah.
and he just comes like an American Airlines pilot just comes up to me. He's like, "Excuse me." I'm like, "Hello." He was totally cool though. He was hilarious.
Nice.
Sweet.
The funniest I get are because I have the not a car keychain on my bag,
Yeah.
and like when I have that in the overhead, that keychain will usually just stick out on the corner.
Yeah.
And the flight attendants are like, "What does not a car mean? What is your luggage a car? I don't get it." And I have to like explain to them it's a catchphrase. Like,
This-
what?
I don't know why I still have it in this bag. It's the Kunkelman Chevrolet shirt from Redbubble,
Mhm.
but I have to like go into Redbubble and change it all because if you noticed, Kunkelman is misspelled.
Oh.
It's
Did they
supposed to
forget
be
an N?
L-E instead of EL.
Kunkel.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Kunkel, not Kunkel.
Oh.
But
I wonder if the stickers are like that.
I mean, it's
Well,
so
the
close. You could
sticker
wear
on my car is
that
like-
car around Pennsylvania, and it looks like it's like, oh, I never heard of that, but it looks right.
It sounds
Yeah.
Yeah.
believable.
yeah, and I mean, it could be like, well,
Getting close.
collectible would be kind of
5 minutes.
full of it to say if you had
5
one of
minutes to
the
go.
misspelled ones.
I still show 7269. Other people are just
People
saying,
are saying
just
81.
pulled it up
Yeah.
81.
Maybe it's about like having to go through a process of verification before it'll
Maybe.
show up for everybody else.
Any thoughts on
Depending-
buying an Opel GT? Something that, yeah, good time to buy a carbureted car like this one. Chris Stockslager says, do you ever see yourself buying a Wampa Dampa era car, like 30s and old, like 40s and older? No.
It'd be fun to experience, but not fun to own.
No.
Because like even like 60s cars or 50s cars are kind of doable, but you get into the like Great Depression era. How do you get parts? How do
you don't.
There's manufacture stuff.
Now there's Model Ts. Yes, the T community is big, but other stuff, it's like Hudsons and those. It's like
weird things. Milk carts.
I mean, there's Corey from Sloppy Mechanics who did like a checker cab, but that was just engines. That was just engine swaps and things like that.
I'm being told in the comments for you to check your email.
Checking my email.
I guess someone had a question about the Falcon on the Bring a Trailer
another
comment.
user rancher tagged you in a comment. No tour. Okay, to view the comment, click here. Morgan P is the high bidder. So when I went to it, it's saying 8,001. Oh, we are now 8,269. Morgan,
Nice.
when I looked in there, Morgan P looks like the guy who's going to do it because
I really hope it ends in 60.
because he already bought a number of 60s cars. Like you can see the person who bid and then look at their past auctions, like stuff everything they've bid on is public. Everything you do on Bring a Trailer is public. And this is the guy who has committed on other ones. So if I was a betting guy, I think Morgan P is the guy with the money. I could be wrong though. YouTube comments are going by so fast. They're not responding to stuff either.
Half of it is nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. People are saying nice. So 3 minutes. We're getting down to the part where it starts resetting.
3 minutes.
The crunch time.
3 minutes and
Good luck in the auction.
I forget how
I'm
the
watching
3
it.
minute warning song goes.
We've got Killer Ernie saying good luck on the auction. Here's a few bucks toward your next car. Thank you. Charles Putt says I'm watching this go down from just across the street from the new library. Here's some lunch money. Thank you. General High Ping says I also forgot to tip. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. But I used to own a 1968 Ford Galaxy 500, and if it fit in my garage, I know it can. Cool.
Might scrape on that curb. I don't know.
That's the curb. Yeah, is a thing.
Also, turning in and out of that thing in a Galaxy. Oh man,
I had
You're
to
going
do
into the graveyard for that.
Yeah, even in my Subaru, I can't make that turn in one turn. All right, so here we go. It's 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes going down here already.
I'm
I'm going to turn this a little bit toward me. Maybe I can do it on me.
Other people. My wife.
We've got $8,269. Got 2 minutes and 28 seconds left to go.
28 seconds. Well,
You are buying the no reserve 5-liter powered 1960 Ford Falcon, 238 horsepower. At the crank calculated, there is 350 foot-pounds of torque. You will get seat belts. They will come in a box. You will get side mirrors. They come in a box. When we become the next Top Gear, this will be the most famous Falcon you can buy. That TikTok guy, I don't know who's that. Here we are. We are down to the last
$85.
I hear 85.
Do we have nine?
Mine is technically still $72.69, but who cares?
Please tell me that this car is going to be worth more than my MR2.
Go here at 86.
86.
Do we have
86?
You can do 9. You see people buying these things. You see those
we do 9?
puny little 6 cylinders being sold for $15,000. You're buying a big V8. You're going to be able to go on the highway. This thing I can contest. I can say this will cruise at 70 miles an hour all day, every day. You want to go 80? It will go 80. You can bury that speedometer.
You want to drive to Jersey? You want to drive to Harrisburg?
I did all those things.
86.69.
86.69. Reset. We are back down in the last 2
and
minutes.
maybe we can make it happen. It's perfect for hiding bodies. They will never be found. There's nothing. But please, yes, do the thing.
You get Ride Tech front suspension. You have a Eckler's Automotive Mustang 2 AA arm front suspension. You have air ride adjustable in the rear. And if you want to go back to traditional shocks, I am giving you, I believe there are Monroe gas adjust shocks. You can change them back out to a traditional rear end or traditional rear shocks if you want. This thing does not have Bluetooth. $88,000. We are back in another 2 minutes. My dick has never been longer.
Taken out of it.
Nine. Do I hear nine?
Do we
Do
hear
we hear
nine?
nine?
This is
Do we hear
definitely
nine?
going to
Technically,
nine.
we won't hear it because it's the internet. But
This is definitely going to 9. You cannot deny it. We are going to see $9,000 on this. The paint, Red Rio Red. It was painted sometime in the 90s. The paint is delightfully fading, but you know what that means? People said, is this the original paint? And you can lie and say yes, and they'll believe it, and they'll say, wow, that looks good. This thing has, I think, horns from an F-100. It's a Big Daddy horn, dual tone, big trumpets. It goes honk. And when it rains, you're going to have no problem because you have electric windshield wipers. We are down to 1 minute. We are down to 1 minute. This is
We
the
need
end.
one more 69. Do I hear
One more
88,
69. Come on.
69?
Give us
We
something.
have
Give us a
8,800.
little bit of something.
This is going to 9. Someone is
We
doing
got
it. You
it.
can do this.
69.
Give us something to go into the
It's
bathroom and think about.
required.
We are
To
down to
dream
40
over.
seconds.
40 seconds.
This
You can
is
get
one
to
of the
nine.
fastest
I believe in
Ford
all of you.
Falcons, streetable Falcons you can buy. You've got 4 doors for all your friends. Put them in. Go for a drive. How many people can you fit in? It doesn't have seat belts. You can pack as many people as you want into it. Optima red top battery. All the cranking amps you need for this thing to get started.
Bring the wife. Bring the
Hey,
kids.
$8,969.
Yes.
I know you could have bid 9, but I appreciate your
89.69.
humor.
89.69.
Beautiful.
Do I have time? We've got 1 minute
Do
and
we have
40
time for
seconds. Another super chat. Can we do this? Da, 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 da. Good God says, given the opportunity, would you review a patent motor Benz if we could get our hands on one of the very first car?
What?
Sure, why not? That is the 1800s.
91?
91. We are at the same amount of price that I got for my MR2.
Woo!
You're making me happy. This is great. You're getting close.
If it ends up the
He's
same.
got the
hour,
big
too.
walk going on. Thank you again to Trogs for getting me. So we've got another 2 minutes. We got 1 minute
gotta
and
finish
30
the truck in
seconds.
2
1 minute,
minutes.
all the minutes.
No, we've got all the minutes.
It's
This
over
could go
9,000.
all night. The driver says, got a 2018 Toyota Aura Sport Touring Sports. It's okay. I agree that is a okay car. Thank you so much to the driver. Another 1 minute. What do you got? 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 I can't do it. $9,100. This
Can
is
we get
going
10?
to 10. I know
Can
this
we
is
get
going
10?
to 10. This thing originally had white turn signals. Those were the style at the time for the Fords, complete with the onion on your belt. I put amber turn signal bulbs in there so they don't confuse people. But yes, the correct turn signals on the front of the Falcon is in fact white. They still make them. $9,269.
Nice.
Someone
Nice.
just did that just to bump it up. I like your style. Included in this car is a 6-inch artistic aluminum ruler that appears inside the hood. You cannot take that out. That comes with the car. In fact, it is J&B welded in there. That is the lucky ruler. It keeps the car going straight. And in fact, Nick, when this is all over, you need to go back and sign the trunk as I do as well.
Yes.
Included, you know what? I don't feel, they're just like $12 on Amazon. You can have the Broadway mirror that I have clipped to the inside to the regular mirror. It's once I put that on, I realized I didn't really need side mirrors, although I will give you the side mirrors as well. This thing does not have LED taillights. It has traditional bulbs in the rear. When you go around corners, it does have self-canceling turn signals. They did do that in 1960, or rather engineered in 1959. Sometimes it likes to cancel so well that you'll have to hold the little stalk there as you go around the corner, just so it stays there. We are down to 1 minute. $9,369. We are going to see 10. Do I have 10?
We gotta
You
get
know
to 10.
this is
I
worth
believe in you.
$10,000. Falcons like this, you are the king of every single car show. Here's what I do when I go to car shows. I roll up. You've got a single exhaust on the back, Walker Quiet Flow muffler. Kind of sounds like a 6 is when you're rolling up. When you roll up into that car show, you keep that hood down for a while. Somebody says, why don't you pop the hood? And bam, you throw the 5.0 at them. And people go, oh, what? Who swaps a 4-door Falcon? This guy swaps a 4-door Falcon.
20 seconds.
20 seconds
20
to
seconds.
go.
20
20
seconds.
seconds to go. You have
94.69.
94.69. 469. 469. I like your style. You know, I was considering getting high on this show, but I think doing this is a little bit better. I wouldn't be able to stick with it or probably be as articulate. For those of you living in states with front license plates, you'll notice the front bumper of this car is made
Hooray!
for a front. What are we at? What do we got? Did we go again?
Oh, no, I'm
we
just
got-
happy that there is front license plate mounts. I don't have that on the BaT. Well, I do, but I had to put the plate sideways. Not fun.
Yeah, you do roll. I can't even remember the pictures. You roll around with a front plate on that car in Jersey? Okay. Being a good boy.
I know.
The airlines. So this one was made for front license plates. Nothing to drill in there. The ports are always there. I wonder if you want my written ad. I just have an old Tennessee plate because that's where I bought the car. The radio does work for tunes. You have an aux port that'll be hanging down. I routed it inside the ashtray. So if you really want to hide like a little MP3 player, you can hide it in the ashtray. I put a little, what are they called? 45 seconds. What are they called? The little clips people put on the back of their phones to like put credit cards in them. I have one of them. It had an adhesive back. I put it on the console mega shifter in there, and that's where it just. I clip my Sansa clip, but I am keeping my Sansa clip and all my music because I'll probably need it for a new car. We're
30
down to
seconds.
You got 24 seconds, 23. You know this is worth 10,000. You can do it. You're making me beg. I'm saying you can do it. We're down 10 seconds. 16, 15, 14. Someone's going to do it. They just know that.
Morgan is
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Checking for last second bids.
That may be it.
Sold!
$9,469.
Nice.
I'll be honest, my happy price, my satisfied price was seeing 10 grand, but I do concede that we are in the middle of a pandemic and this is winter. So you are just under $600 less than what I kind of wanted for this. But I'll tell you what, the winner of this auction, you've got yourself a damn good deal.
Here they are right here.
Here they are right there to Skimmy Kens.
Simmy
Kens.
Simmykins.
Congratulations, Simmykins.
So
You got a
9,000
good automobile.
So now you and I, Mr. Simmykins, need to get in contact with each other because the way this works is Bring a Trailer will be, I believe they take their share. I believe Simmykins gets, I can't speak. I forget how this works.
I remember
know
you
that-
got an email from Brand Trailer right after the
Oh, okay.
MR2 ended
Okay.
to get in touch with them.
Okay. And I get their information.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't
So,
have
yeah.
the first idea how any of this works.
Probably in
don't
this
know.
live stream,
I
we
don't
made up
know.
that
I
difference.
don't know how this
I
works.
don't know if I knew how it worked, like I wouldn't be asking guys.
Oh,
how it
Simmy
works.
Kens is in the chat. Said they just got the
Hey,
email.
Hey,
there you are.
congratulations.
Nice.
Can I send like a DM to this guy? Yo. Pin message, put user in timeout. No, okay. I see the winner of this auction. There you are in the auction. Simmy Kens right there.
Celebratory piss.
Ah. Well. Yes, champagne time. It's done. So that's what my Falcon's worth.
Nice.
It is what it is. You can tell I'm a little bit disappointed, but at the same time, right. It is an odd car, and Simmy Kens will be buying something that is unique.
Definitely. It's fun to drive. It's
On to
also
the next
really
check.
comfy. Like I've driven it maybe 3 times, 4. I
Mhm.
don't know. It's just so comforting every time. Wow, I destroyed that.
That's okay. Thank you again for bringing champagne.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
It was either this or Trogs, and I figured you had a fridge full of Trogs already.
I have a fridge full of Samuel Adams products because my friend Ben works for Samuel Adams, and they get like, they're allowed like, I think like 2 cases a month just to take home. And so he gets all sorts of weird stuff. He had this one like berry mix. I ought to send you home with a bottle of campfire amplifier.
Ooh, sounds yummy.
He had Sam Adams bought Dogfish Head, so they own Dogfish Head now. So,
really?
Yeah. So all that is under the. Is that thing rising up itself? Is that thing just gonna? Hey, there it is.
You know what? It was.
You know what? I don't care. Mix it in.
Crisis
with the Trogs.
averted. Oh boy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Say when. Yeah.
When?
Okay.
A bit of the bubbly.
Poor little
I
friend.
wasn't paying attention, and the cork was actually just rising by itself. Luckily, he saw it.
Do I have an email yet? No, I don't have an email yet. Well, Simi Kenj, you're in this.
All right, next I want to sell my car and bring a trailer.
Hmm.
Looks fun.
Yeah, what's the deal with selling? You said there's something weird about selling Beats on Bring a Trailer.
You can only sell them no reserve. As crazy as the JDM bubble is right now in the year 2020, they're still not comfortable setting reserves, I guess. on them.
Gotcha.
Also, because they're really cheap cars, so why set a reserve on it? Most Honda Beats have sold for between 5 to 8 on Bring a Trailer. I would expect, I don't know. The thing is, it's modified to hell.
Yeah,
which is good and
yours
bad.
is probably the best handling Honda Beat in the country.
It's got the
I
only.
mean, it is. It turns freakishly fast because it's made for like autocross and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's
whoever ends up with your Beat is going to like win every
fun time.
Yeah.
You show up on an autocross thing, that thing is so low and so tight.
You're
just show
out-turning everyone.
What it really needs is like super sticky tires.
It's got the Kumo and Yokohamas, which are decent, but there's
I'm
just
talking
no
like
weight to the car. So
not DOT tires. Like slicks.
Someone's saying, don't buy that. Don't buy a Beat, buy a Honda City, which there was a Honda City in the Lane Motor Museum, which was an experience. Oh, also, I think you filmed part of the Cove ad in the Honda City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, I won. I didn't need to email you.
Hello. All caps.
So how do I... Mackenzie? Right. Well, I have to...
I think it's follow the Bring a Trailer email first. And then...
Hello. I didn't know I need to email you. Well, I have to confirm that that's your email. Simikens. I mean, it probably is simikens@gmail.com. I didn't know I need to email you.
Someone said Honda Acti as an off-road. If you want to off-road in a JDM car, you're gonna want the bigger, better Mitsubishi
Prado. So sorry to interrupt.
No, what's it called? Shoot.
Delica?
Delegate.
This question from Pete Delarco. Would you ever consider a long form video on the JDM bubble compared to the 50s, 70s car craze? I thought that was going to be a question for you guys.
Yeah, the car craze of the late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah.
I mean, I might. I'm working on a very long form, arguably one of the longest videos I've ever done. And I'm not going to split it up like I did with the Corvette one.
Exciting.
It's just going to be a long omnibus. A little bit of the bubbly. Little bit of the bubbly. Let's see. But yeah, it's something that is going to take me forever to finish. But after that, maybe like
that would be kind of interesting. But the thing about your narratives is that they all center around people, and if you could find a way to incorporate that into the muscle car boom of the early 2000s,
like because there are a lot of people that I find that stories about people are the easier ones to do because there's a crucible through which the story can be told that doesn't rely on facts and figures.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, it relies on facts. It just doesn't rely on like, okay, it's a 5.7 liter, whatever turbocharged engine or whatever it is. And so that I have an entire paragraph where every time I get to a new car in the story, I spend like 2 minutes going
Mhm.
over or 5 minutes going over the specs and specifications, everything, and it kind of derails the story that I'm trying to tell. So that if I were to say like do a story on Michelle Moton, I swear if I ever do a story on her, I'll figure out how to pronounce it long before I actually have to record. That I would spend obviously more time talking about her than I would about any of the cars she drove, but it's something that is inherent to doing long form storytelling
Mhm.
in when you're dealing with like actual history, is that you have to strike that balance between regurgitating facts and figures and actually constructing a narrative.
Mhm.
Like I try to create
tough.
I tried to create a character arc for freaking like Mike Goodwin and like the Mickey Thompson story, and presenting their stories in a way where you're almost writing them like fictional characters but using factual things about them so that you can essentially tell a story that is structured in such a way that it arcs the way a fictional story would. But like, how do you write a character arc for a real person? It's like that type of thing.
Life to death.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. But I mean, like, okay, it's for instance, like I included for the Mickey Thompson thing about how that big crash in Mexico affected him the rest of his life. And then that keeps coming back around in subsequent like parts of his life in little ways that, I mean, I theorize, which again, it's within the realm
I don't have
of-
enough adapters to put Simicans like into the mixer. I need like another adapter for my headphones. So this isn't going to work.
Mm.
Yeah, well, I wanted to put Simicans like on the live stream, but maybe like putting them on blast is not a thing to do. I have their phone number now. You guys keep talking.
Oh yeah.
Actually, and if you want to come over on my thing and look at the live streams or the super chats, you can. I'm gonna take care of some business.
Go for it. And so, I don't know if I were to, retell that story. I would love to release the Mickey Thompson thing as like an omnibus edition of like all stitched together, and like sort of with remastered audio so that it's kind of flows better. But ultimately that was one of my favorite videos to do, grim as the subject was, because I felt like it's one of those times where I can look into these people's lives and kind of extrapolate motivations, even though, okay, from a journalistic standpoint, how responsible is that really? But also, I don't know to what extent anyone looks at me as a journalist, and I don't claim objectivity. Having him killed it, because within the realm of what's known, I can't say that for sure, but it's something where I just wanted to leave it open for people to come to their own conclusions rather than opining that this person was definitely guilty. Same thing with Liz Carmichael and the Dale. It's like, what are you going to do? You can only do so much. But ultimately, where were we on super chats? I want to say a few bucks on your next car.
Here's a few bucks in the next car. I'm watching this down from the library. Peyton Motor Bend. So we were there at the driver.
Oh, driver. Yeah. So got a 2018 Toyota Auris Touring Sports.
What's an Auris?
It's okay. We'll have to.
Do we have that? I don't think we have that.
Let's see. New
Take to the
tab.
Google.
Toyota Auris. It's
Compact car from. Oh, it's a Corolla.
basically.
It's a hybrid Corolla in Europe.
Yeah, that sure is a Toyota.
It's got a nose but the back looks like a leaf. Huh.
Of all the Toyotas I've seen, it is among them.
Come on, I copied and pasted their email in my thing, their phone number. I'm trying to call you, Simikens. It's just my phone is being dumb. Copy. Go to phone. Paste. There we go.
So let's see.
There've been a few people who sold planes on Bring a Trailer.
Really?
It happens like once. They get like
No,
boats quite often,
Uh-huh.
but once in a blue moon, you'll have a plane, and it has to be a weird plane, like a biplane or something from World War II.
Blue XB says the Urus was sold as the Scion IM and the Corolla IM in America.
Scion. Huh.
Turns out Simi Kens is at work and can't answer.
No.
That would do it.
Okay, so you can't answer the phone.
Yeah.
Then I'll talk to you through email.
All right. So you see.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. I feel so weird in his seat.
Someone said Rockwell Commander
How dare you
114
stand where he
review.
stood?
Oh man,
What's a Rockwell Commander?
that is an old plane, and good luck finding one that's still airworthy because there's not that many of them. They weren't made in huge numbers. Well, I guess they kind of were, but not by like Cessna or Piper huge. They're cheap old planes though, and they go fast. Cool things. There's one for sale at my local airport at Princeton, which is where the DC-3 was. And you look at this thing, and it's got that 50s sleek, like airstreamed or streamlined design to it. Cool plane.
You guys notice that we broke our own record for most people watching live?
Really?
Yeah, it was like 2,300 people
No
watching.
way.
live.
Wow.
And we're back down under 1,000, but
Yeah,
it's still like
it ended.
993.
The big orgasm was over.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Excuse me.
But
It was a good edge.
Yeah.
Ben Stilber just says hot dicks. Indeed. Winged Horse Garage, and thank you for your donation, Ben. Winged Horse Garage says, please do a which Fiero is best at Fieros at Carlisle. They're doing a Fieros at Carlisle?
Is that a thing?
Oh, there's a which best is best. Tone, do you have a hard out for tonight?
Oh, me? No.
Yeah.
No, I got time.
Yeah. Do
Plenty.
I need to get the sign or
There
anything?
is a RCR goes to a plane thing. I think we were both there for that pumpkin drop thing.
Yes. Yeah.
And I need to think about jokes, but I can't.
It's
Like-
tough to do. Like, there are some apples to apples comparisons with plane guys and car guys.
What was up with that-
Especially the older ones.
What was that guy who painted his rocker covers on his plane? Like, this is the only guy who I showed up. He
Yeah.
parked his planes and he popped the cowls off so he could see. So I could look at his overspray on his rocker covers.
Yeah, that
he
was
clearly
funny.
painted his rocker covers while they were still on the engine. I'm like, and you saw overspray on the fins. I'm like, really, guy?
You gotta love the Bonanza owner.
That's what it was.
Beechcraft Bonanza. I don't remember what. It wasn't there were no T-tails there, which I'm really surprised. I guess they're becoming more and more rare because the
Was it a
T-tail.
V-tail?
Sorry, did I say T? V-tail Bonanzas are becoming a little more scarce now that they're pushing. Let's see, the first V-tails flew in the late 50s, so they're pushing 70 years old almost.
Wow.
So
Have you ever flown one?
No.
That'd be cool if we could find one. I wonder how they, like, I don't know. I have 1.7 hours now that Greg still has to sign off on, or he said he would.
I'd love to do that too, but I was dumb. There went my teaching license.
Well. I still haven't landed the plane yet. I came within 100 feet of the ground. Taking off was neat. It's called full throttle, point plane forward, and it flies itself pretty much.
So easy.
Pixel Goat says, hey RCR, good luck with the auction. Thank you. Recently bought a 2008 Proton Staria, a Malaysian car that I plan into making into some form of competition car, a comp car. I guess that would mean like a track day car or something like that.
It's the only way to live.
I would love to track the beat.
I'm going to be
if I could.
40 next year, and I still belch on mic.
I mean, don't we all? There
Yeah,
are
it's kind
certain
of required
things.
for this channel, isn't it?
I mean, the line. Okay, these are goalposts that are never going to move. Is that men are allowed to sort of engage in their juvenile impulses as they grow older. That is the luxury afforded a man who has attained adulthood, is that within the realm of his own comfort, as far as it extends, he can engage in certain juvenile behavior that doesn't hurt anybody.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's not like you're belching in anyone's face. You're just belching on the mic.
In your ears.
The mic just so happens to be there.
Yeah. And how is it that much
Not your
different from
fault it's
Justin
there.
Roiland? You know, it's like, it just happens.
Modra Mundane Mutiny something. No question. Just with $19 MXN, and I don't know Malaysia, maybe? I don't know what country.
What's the MX? Might be Mexican peso.
Mike X-Ray November.
Although I think that's might be the Mexican peso, but I think Mexican peso is MXN.
Mexican peso.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
Cool. Thank you, sir. Ma'am. They. What's they in Spanish? So eris is.
Usted.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so
Why do I
late
know
to the
that?
thing. Well, I mean, why do I not? It's just, there are so many
that's
things.
a weird thing. Like I have,
family.
I have the darkest complexion of all these guys, and I'm the only white guy here.
Yeah.
Technically.
Well, I mean, technically Latinos are white, but ethnically, we're
My brother got all the Puerto Rican looks. He got
my brother got all the Puerto Rican
hair.
hair. He's got the black hair, the tan complexion. We don't look
I'm
related
the
at
pasty
all.
white guy.
You
Yeah.
look Norwegian. Like you're like Northern Europe. It's like, no, Tony is Puerto Rican. Like, really?
Yeah. Wepa. No, I mean, I was like, and people think it's something that you are in every aspect of your daily life of like, well, I've been asked, like, why don't you have like one of those Puerto Rican flags hanging off your mirror on your Mustang? And I'm like, like the weird thing about us is that like we're the only people I know who, well, until recently, who kind of mess with their own flag in the sense that like you'll see a bunch of Puerto Rican flags that will have like the coqui on it, or that. Just the frog with the hat and the things. And, you know, normally with an American flag, just a plain run of the mill American flag that you would hang up as a flag, not on like a shirt or anything else. Normally you're not going to print a character on that. Now, granted, I might be giving like too much credit.
The Punisher.
Yeah, but see, like now,
Yeah.
you know, like I saw those.
Who, by the way, kills cops in the comic books.
Yeah, people are choosing the wrong guy,
which is super weird. Like the whole,
Yikes.
like super, like the people who fetishize law enforcement have the Punisher logo and like
On their Ford
over
Crown
the
Victoria.
head of the whole point of that comic.
Well, because they look at Frank Castle's history and pretty much stop at he was a cop,
Yeah,
or
like,
military or whatever he was.
That's the neat thing about Frank Castle. Well, I've seen two versions of it. One, he was always Vietnam, and then the other ones, I think for the movies, they bump him up to like Iraq War or Afghanistan or something like that.
Yeah, and it's such a peculiar thing in the sense that he is the
I'm getting drunk. It's been a while.
He's the macho.
I'm drinking champagne and impending descent at the same time.
Woo! The champagne I had was like mostly head.
Where's my
which is-
CBD? If we're, I'm gonna use that to like.
I do feel like Frank Castle is the masculine ideal in the heads of people who sort of don't get the nuance of the character.
Yeah.
In that they just see a badass who like shoots everything.
Mhm.
And that's not really, I mean, it is what Frank Castle is about, but he's like a deeper character than that. But also it's kind of that thing of the closest thing that I can think of is like the first Rambo movie where like, yes, it was an action movie, but it was like more about PTSD and about like deeper issues. And I almost feel like the Punisher is kind of a parallel with that, but yeah, Punisher has nothing to do with cars. So what is, I don't know.
Someone said, I really want a Beechcraft Model 18. Those are great, but there's a reason why they think of a car that was great on paper and sold in huge numbers and then got parked because of really bad problems. And then
Subaru SVX.
Okay.
Yeah. The 6-cylinder, so-called, when Subaru made a supercar.
Someone's driving. I saw someone.
Subaru SVXs are badass, but it's a company that went a great leap forward and then suddenly like maintaining this thing. It doesn't look like a Subaru. It looks like an Acura, and they're badass. They were great in Gran Turismo, but when you realize it has a flat 6 engine, does this plane have a flat 6 engine?
It wasn't the engine. It was the wings were falling off.
Holy damn.
Shit.
The chat.
Yeah.
The chat isn't. Oh, sorry. I don't mean to interrupt, but
no.
the chat is not kidding when they say that like we are literally at like the worst pixelation ever.
Oh no!
Because I'm looking through my tiny phone screen,
Wi-Fi,
and
okay,
that'll free it up.
Wow. I hope that hasn't been on long, but if it has been, sorry about that. I mean, won't be a problem to anyone listening. It looks fine when the screen is small, but when I go full screen on my phone, it looks like
and I'm getting a direct
game.
feed from the camera, so I can't see from here.
Yeah.
That's at 144p.
Weird.
You know, I wonder if we have to get more cloud as a channel that we can get more bandwidth. Is my computer still on? I can turn my computer off.
In reference to
like
the
that for
Beechcraft
15 minutes.
18,
Wow.
They were all parked in about 1975 due to an airworthiness directive, which I've talked to you about airworthiness directives. It's recalls for planes, essentially. But you're responsible for them, not the manufacturer. They were all parked in 1975 because the wings were falling off, and the wing spar, which holds the wing in place, was welded with tubular steel, and those came apart after a couple of years of service. So everyone sold them, scrapped them, and the few that are left, they're really high time, and they don't have much time left unless you were to do some really expensive modifications that would be more than the cost of the plane. So love the Beech 18. If I own one, it's going to have to either be low time on the airframe so that I have time to fly it before it has to be parked. Planes have a life limit.
They do.
Yeah.
Because it's interesting for me, like, oh, they're all, in terms of car things, like, wow, they're all aluminum. That means they don't rust. But to you, that you say like the
FAA disagrees.
Okay.
Real quick, Zachary Guzan asked Tony, any thoughts on home built planes?
Home builds are interesting because you're not going to be flying. Depends on what the home build is, but chances are you're probably not going to be flying far, fast, or carry a lot of people.
Is that plane we looked at in the guy's garage?
That's a home build.
RV4 or something?
Yeah. Probably the number one go-to home built aircraft manufacturer is called Vans.
Okay.
They manufacture.
Spelled the same as a sneaker.
Yeah. Yep. They sell kits. You can buy plans to build the whole kit yourself. And they're probably like one of, if not the most popular home build in probably the world. But home builds are great. If you know what you're doing, you could just plop it in your garage and just go to work and build your own plane.
Are home builds IFR rated?
It depends what you put in it.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people think it's like completely unsafe because it's just Joe Bob building a airplane in his garage with a beer in his hand, but you still have to have it inspected by the FAA to make sure it's not going to fall out of the sky, and you still have to, fly it and maintain it accordingly.
When you what is the logistical process to have a plane inspected?
It's like getting your car inspected in My Summer Car, where someone just looks at it with a clipboard and makes sure everything's in place, everything's documented. There's paperwork for every modification you have, that sort of stuff.
My summer car.
You have to fly it to an airport?
No, not like that. I think they just see the final work and make sure everything looks airworthy.
Is there a guy in a car that just comes to the plane and looks at it in person?
Maybe.
Oh,
I think so. Because, I mean, you couldn't really fly it without having a airworthiness certificate, I guess. Don't have one, so I'm not too knowledgeable with it. But it would be fun to have one. I don't know if I'd ever put in the time or money to build one myself. I could just buy one. I'm also not an mechanic. I'm not an A&P mechanic, airframe and power plant.
Is that a good job to have?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Maintaining planes.
Shout out to anybody who's still in high school who's thinking of becoming a mechanic and going to the cars.
Go to vocational technical school somewhere and get your A&P. Great.
You'll be set for life, probably. Work on planes.
Oh, it's awesome.
I was watching.
Because that's what I heard from like Greg is like getting your plane worked on is like mortgaging a house or something like that.
Well, planes have to have an annual inspection. Like cars have to have an inspection, but not annually. And your annual, depending on what's wrong or what's not, will run you into the thousands easily. Even if there's nothing wrong. A 2-seat Cessna 150, depending on what body shop, depending on what aircraft maintenance shop you go to, one annual will run you between $700 and $1,200.
Wow.
And that's if they don't find anything wrong with your plane.
As opposed to like $40 for a car to get your car inspected for the year.
Because they have to pull everything apart
and
then put everything back together. And this includes like opening every inspection plate, looking into the wings, the wing spar, looking into the engines, opening the cylinders, looking at your spark plugs, looking at the valves. Everything is looked on.
Shit.
Assuming you go to a good place.
Are there scrap and slate?
Oh yeah,
scrap and slap.
There are scrap and slap.
Scrape and slap.
They exist, and there have been accidents because of them.
Sam Gazinski says, for all blank, the official car of a meth-ridden Allegiance mechanic sitting in the employee lot at Allentown playing cash fives and drinking bang. What's bang? The official
we can hold off on that engine maintenance later.
We'll get to it when we get
No,
to it.
well,
Allegiance mechanic. Okay.
Just defer the left engine. Go with the
This
right
guy
engine.
drives like a late 90s Chevy S10 pickup extended cab.
Yep.
Oh, bang!
It's a little rusted on the
drink.
That
or
thing's
you can
rusted
see
up
you
the
can
back.
fist through it.
Yeah, you can fist through those rear quarter panels. He's got like the nicest part of his truck is the diamond plate stainless steel like toolbox in the I always called it the toolbox that you put in the bed of your truck. What am I talking about? You know, it takes up like 2.5 feet of the back of your bed in a pickup truck.
Yeah.
Like the tool, it's just like
It's just a
bed box
compartment.
or something.
It's like a little thing that's there.
Every working guy I knew growing up had one of those in the back of his truck. If he didn't want to have, there was a company that was just called Redding, they would take off the bed of your truck and put on, you know what I'm saying?
And it had those raised lettering of Redding, and it was just,
it was a bed box that you could have all your tools in these cabinets on both sides of the bed. And then your bed itself, I think, was like 3.5 feet wide that went back, that pretty much it didn't even hold ladders because you had the ladder racks. I think at most it held like pipes and stuff like that, but everybody drove those things in the 90s.
Yeah. My uncle is an upholsterer. He, I think he used to call them like job boxes or something, or like that were just sort of like in his truck, even though, which I never understood necessarily, like, a lot of the time people brought their furniture to him. So I never really understood why he needed the truck, because most of it was all done in his studio. And then the people will come and pick up their furniture and all that other stuff. Although we did get to ride super spectacularly illegal, but there was a couch that he had just finished that was in the back of his van. And we didn't have anyone to take us to the airport when we went to Disney World when I was a kid as consolation for my dad dying. PHL. And so the whole family like got in the van, and adults and everyone were up front, but basically we were all in the back of this van sitting on this completed couch, just chilling, like swaying. And, you know, it's a funny thought of just, you know, luckily it's a windowless van and, you know, no one's going to see us all in the back on this couch.
Hungry Moose says it's called a service body, where you take off the bed and replace it with that toolbox setup. Service body. Cool. Ecton 1 says Reading beds are the way to go. And I didn't know, like, when I started traveling, that there were other companies besides Reading that made service boxes.
Yeah.
I just thought all of them just said Reading.
Are they actually made in my Reading, or is it completely
I think it is,
unrelated?
yeah, because I've seen other ones with like other towns. Unless it, now I got to find out.
Well, that will now be among the few nice things that I've seen anyone ever say about Reading. I mean, I love my hometown, but let's be realistic.
Reading truck body, service truck bodies that work hard. Damn. Oh, this is a pretty good website. This is a pretty
well modern.
That is
a good website.
Look at
That's
that.
like a nicer website than most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the official airport fuel truck.
Oh, dude. Oh, they're out of why I'm missing. So this is Reading.
Nice.
Speaking of airport stuff, shout out to the YouTube channel Fuel Injection Sucks. That's Justin Kramer. He is working on a dirt track drag car. That's an old Firebird. And the fuel cell, him and his friend Corey like find the strangest stuff to work into like cars. And this is not going to be street legal.
Oh, boy.
It's a turbocharged V8 with a carburetor. So it just blows through the positive pressure going right through the carburetor. Their fuel cell, Corey found at an auction that came out of an airport tug.
Those things run like Ford. I forget. I went up to one right like a couple months ago when they had the conveyor belt up so you can see into the engine bay. It's just right there.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a minute, that's just a Ford like V8 or whatever or something.
How
like
old
that.
are those trucks?
I don't know. 70s, 80s.
Oh,
it's hard to
that would
judge.
be just a Windsor block then.
I thought it was so cool seeing the 4-wheel steering tugs.
Damn.
I've never paid attention to that.
Those are solid tires, right? They're not pneumatic. Do they have air in them, or are they just solid
I have
rubber?
no idea.
I gotta go drop a rock of ages. Is that all right?
Yeah, use the bathroom upstairs because that has better heat in the wintertime.
Thank you.
That is a frigid bathroom, the one off the kitchen.
That poor toilet seat. So then you get the plastic toilet seats. They don't freeze over in the winter.
Hell yeah. I put a warning sticker on the kitchen bathroom above the reflective heating element that I'm sure is running off of 220. Like, I'd love to get Alec from Technology Connections to just see the weirdness of this house.
There's a lot of quirks and features.
This house was built in 1877 and like no light switches are where they're supposed to be. There's still some hook and like knob and tube wiring in this house that's still working, which is freaky. I'd be pissed if I owned this house. Shout out to Greg. It's a great house. I'm happy to be your tenant. It solves a lot of my problems. Who's this Mercedes rolling up?
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know that guy. We have a lot of super chats to get through. I thank all of you guys who have been doing this. We may have to power through them. We've been at this now we're pushing 2 hours. I'm feeling those tacos at that one restaurant I like. I'm so feeling. Now I got the drunk munchies. Maybe Nick can drive us. Did you bring the Beat or the Nissan?
Nissan. I put the Beat away for the winter because now it's just consistently in the 30s and 40s. I'm not gonna go much. Beautiful.
Maybe Nick can drive us.
Yeah.
Oh man, their tacos are delectable. I ordered like
Sounds
2
good.
orders of them. I mean, you only get 2 tacos. They're brisket tacos. But fuck off, they're good.
Regular taco reviews.
Hell yeah. Are we gonna drink this entire bottle of champagne?
I mean, it's here.
And then you just end up at the brick house, and then you're like, there's just more beer there.
Oh, I'm getting those crab cakes.
Yo.
That's my favorite.
I'm gonna get the tacos, and it's one of these I'm slurring my words now. All right,
It's
putting the
happening.
champagne away. Ah,
Hi, Tony.
Zach
I wanted to be.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I wanted to be a commercial pilot, but I was always scared to join a school because I never got to physics at school. Don't worry about when you say school, I'm assuming either high school or maybe college. Physics can go off the rails when you're going to flight school. Yes, some of it is important, but when you go to flight school, it's a whole different kind of flying altogether. And what you do in like primary school and college, yes, it can be helpful, but ultimately you're going to learn a completely different course of how you see the world in terms of being a pilot. Do you know if flight schools give extra support to students with this problem? If you go to a professional Part 141, which is a structured flight school, they'll probably, and I say probably, they have to put you through a ground school portion as well. That's where you learn everything related to flight on the ground, which can be helpful because that's less time you spend outside of the flight school learning about things. Honestly, it's also about finding the right flight school that fits with you. The Tony Airlines podcast. Hey, welcome to the Tony Airlines podcast.
Did you get the question about the about physics for you,
Yes,
Tony?
yeah, I just answered that.
Oh, cool.
Physics are hard.
Physics are hard.
I got like a C+ in physics in high school, and that was the only physics course I did because it wasn't required anywhere else, like my college or anything. But I mean, learning about physics in high school is one thing. Learn about physics with airplanes is totally different. Other than gravity go burr,
Yeah,
stall go down, and stuff like that.
Brian, do you have any more of those seltzers?
Yeah, they're in the fridge. Help yourself.
All right, thank you so
They're
much.
in the door.
This is unopened.
like half of
Oh, wait.
is just me
That's
asking
yours
for
if you
stuff.
want it.
My mom used to drink this vintage stuff religiously.
Yeah.
I never got into it.
Oh, okay.
It was like I tried the lemon lime one, and yeah, it's kind of nice for just sipping.
Well, then I'll take it then.
Yeah, go ahead. Go right ahead.
I'm done. I'm no more alcohol for me. I got the last of the coffee and I'm drinking seltzer.
Oh, good. Well, too far.
I took an aviation class for what is PSEO at a small airport in my senior year of college. Nice. Learned that being red-green colorblind, I could only get a recreational license. Yes. If for some poor reason that you can't get an FAA medical, there are actually ways around getting a license with sort of like a provisional medical where you can only either fly with someone else or you can only get a private pilot license, nothing more. You can only fly in the daytime. FAA has historically been way too strict about stuff like that. And because it's just such a very slow, FAA is like a huge old organization that's too slow to move quickly and too large to do anything fast. So yes, there are ways around if you are medically unable to get a private pilot license, which is nice. It just takes time and figuring stuff out. But hope you can get your commercial or hope you can get your recreational license and just get into the air. So much fun.
How many hours would I need to get a private?
40 is
That's
the
it?
minimum. 40 hours, which includes like, oh gosh, what is it? 30 hours of dual instruction, 10 hours of solo, stuff like that. One cross country flight.
So I
of
need
at least
10
50
hours
miles.
of just me in the plane by myself.
I don't know if it's 5 or 10. I have to look at the regs. It's been a while.
Am I going to have to wear that hood? My dad was talking about that hood thing where you can't see
You
out.
do that in private pilot training, but only for a very short time because the only time you need to be training about not looking outside is if you accidentally find yourself in a cloud bank and you need to know, how do I get out of it? But that's the only instrument training you ever do in private. When you get to instrument, well, that's, how do I fly from point A to point B? Looking inside, I guess.
What did they have you do?
For private?
for instrument ILS. Did you have to do flights like where you're flying a real plane and you can't look out the window?
Correct. Yep.
From runway to runway, you land blind?
Not directly from runway to runway, but like, okay, take off, we're wheels up, we're climbing out. Okay, hoodie, foggles on, and fly all the way to whatever. Now you're setting up for the approach. Now you're on approach. Now you're approaching the runway. Okay, here are the minimums, which are the lowest you can go.
Fuck off.
Not
You're
looking out.
blind and you're at minimums.
Right.
That's giving me anxiety. Just
The
thinking
instructor will
about
be like, okay, take your foggles off. And if you pray to your personal God that you did everything right, you take your foggles off and ta-da, runway right in front of you.
Yeah.
My dad told me
Fun stuff.
that when he did that, whatever test that was, there was like this really cool landmark, and the instructor said, "Just take them off. I want you to check this out." or there was like a double rainbow or
Just,
something
you gotta
like
see
that.
this.
You got to see this, man.
I've had that very few times where it's like, if the weather is bad, you can actually just file an IFR flight plan with a student and just go in real clouds instead
Okay.
of using the foggles, because actual instrument versus simulated instrument, it still counts as instrument time. So yeah, just file a flight plan, fly in the clouds, and then whoa, you emerge from the cloud deck like you're in a spaceship or something. That's the coolest thing.
I want to experience that. Oh wait, we did experience that with an oopsie. We did an oopsie.
Well, you and I flew over the water, and that was pushing it where it was rainy, the ocean was gray, the sky was gray. Now we're about to JFK Jr., but I'm a confident airline transport pilot who knows better and doesn't do that. Still interesting.
That was cool. Like we're heading north, and it's like, well, we got to turn back sound. We're getting close to
Yeah,
JFK's
New
airport.
York's over there. They're gonna yell at us if we, do that.
Did you answer Zach Heilman with KDSM, a great way to escape the boring that is Iowa?
Des Moines. Des Moines' fun. I think about all these Midwest cities that we fly to, like Kansas City or Des Moines or I don't know, Wichita or Sioux Falls. And I think of like tiny town with like a single road. Like I don't know the Midwest. But then you actually go to, I don't know, Omaha, Nebraska or Des Moines, Iowa. And it's like, wow, a modern, newly built downtown city in the middle of nowhere, totally surrounded by cornfields. I was in Des Moines for Thanksgiving, and they had a barcade there that was only open for like, you had to make reservations, and it would just be you and like a couple other people. And I got my co-pilot, and I got both flight attendants, and that's how we celebrated Thanksgiving, is at a barcade with like almost no people in there.
Wow.
Which was so much fun.
They have a good time?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great.
Sounds like the reverse of the barcade we went to in Nashville.
Yeah.
Where loaded with people.
Yeah. Yep.
But
the arcade game stunk.
They did have the one, what was it? The old
there was
wrestling
no
one.
Robotron. What am I going to do without Robotron?
See, this barcade. Okay, it had off-road.
Sweet.
Which is one of my favorite games next to
Iron Man
Rush.
Ivan's Off-Road?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It had Crazy Taxi, which is
modern game. Yeah.
That's my childhood because that I used to just hog at Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
And then it had, all the other classic stuff. They had Tapper, which is like the hardest thing to find.
Really, and the hardest to play too.
Oh, do you know it?
Well, yeah, no, because I've done the emulators.
Did they have
of it
that
before.
at Sharky's or was that?
No, that
else?
was Galaga.
Okay.
I had the high score for like a while. I was almost like gonna George Costanza it and try to like get away with it. But it's that thing of like $1.50 Lions heads. I'd go there, just put a little stool next to me with the beers and ignore anyone who tried to talk to me because I was terrible with like being around people until I got
concentration.
It really does.
That is a brain training tool. Just, okay. Oh, get that glass. Oh God, feed that guy. Oh, get the tip.
Dude, it's like Jocko Willink, like prioritize and execute.
Oh, it's tough. Love it.
Man, my go-to game, Shelby and forever will be Road Blasters. It's like 1989. That for me is the greatest arcade game ever made. Stand up, sit down. Honorable mention, almost tied for first, is the Vector Graph of the vector graph game of Star Wars Arcade, very first one that was made also in the 80s.
Yes, Star Wars Trilogy arcade.
We're not talking trilogy. We're
Yeah,
talking
just
before that,
regular
just
Star
vector
Wars.
graph. Yeah, it's just called vector
or-
graph. Or it was like Super Star Wars. No, like that was this.
No, that was
Super
SNES.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
This thing is a sit-down arcade, vector graph line only. There are no graphics. It is all line. And there was this sit-down version of the first one at the now demolished Schuylkill Mall. We're better than ever. We're better than ever for you. That was like the big mall to go through around here was the Schuylkill Mall. And it was the arcade that was owned by the movie theater. The way this mall worked is there was the movie theater in it, and the movie theater was allowed to operate when the mall closed. So the mall would be closed, and I think even security went home. So they would drop a
gate.
gate as you to block you from going into the rest of the mall. So when you had like late night movies that would end at like midnight or something.
Yeah, it's like the Fairgrounds Mall.
They
Did the same thing. Yeah,
Nice.
once the movie theater got attached, and now like Fairgrounds Mall is being demolished. But yeah, well,
So
I
many.
mean,
There's 3 malls now in Jersey being not demolished, but they just went bankrupt because Rona.
Yeah,
I don't know if Exton Square Mall is going to be the next one to go around here around PA.
I don't know.
Next
There's
mall
something
go.
about in-person commerce that does it for me.
Yeah.
But also I understand why that can't be the case, especially now. I mean, I went to Primark at the at KOP, and dressing rooms like were not an option. So, but yeah, it's like
damn, where'd you get that? Where'd you get that mount?
Oh, Amazon for like, I don't know, a couple bucks.
Hell yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
I like it. Helpful. I had that wooden block. It was crap.
But
We have a ton of super chats to get through, and I think we're going to the brick house after this. Well, Tony and I are definitely going to go to the brick house because I'm feeling their tacos. I'm not going to have a full meal. I'm just going to get appetizers.
I had the pizza, so I could go for something small.
Yeah. I don't know what you're up to after this.
I'm debating whether, because I'm not actually hungry.
Okay.
Which well, either way, should I get the sign?
Yeah, get the sign. That's a good idea.
What's funny
and you
is
can take
that
down the URL too.
It's such a potato stream that I don't know that anyone's going to be able to read the sign.
Yeah.
But I kind of like the pixelated nature because it makes us all look like
it hasn't
We are
dropped, which is
censored.
not too bad.
No, it just makes us look like we're a game from Google Stadia.
Someone said, "What airport?"
Someone says, "Read the super chats." Don't worry, I'm going to read the super
go
chats.
We get to it just on our own.
If it takes another hour, it takes another hour.
I fly out of JFK. Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're
My favorite
fly
story-
out of Kennedy.
It's chowder.
Nothing
Sad.
bad ever happens
to
to
the
the Kennedys.
My favorite story of yours was when you had to park next to the Audi. No, see, the BMW i8 or something like that was parked in long-term storage or something like that. I'm like, the
Long-term
fuck?
parking at JFK.
A fucking i8.
I don't understand people who drive supercars in Manhattan because you're gonna fucking destroy it and scratch it. And
Aren't most of the news stories about a supercar being destroyed coming out of New York anyway?
That one guy who
Probably.
crashed like during the pandemic, just trying to Tokyo drift everywhere.
Yeah, leaving the dealership,
Fuck off.
just like
Master Breakfast. I love breakfast. My favorite meal. Hey, your cappuccino review dropped the day before my dad passed away.
I'm sorry.
He
to hear
loved the
that.
car and loved your channel. Just wanted to say thanks. Thank you, Master
Thank you so much.
Breakfast.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
It's Xander says the Fairchild crash was at LAX. Google it. Really sad.
nasty crash. Changed a lot with air traffic control. One plane landed on top of another.
Ew.
Not fun.
Oh.
But again, it's not a necessary evil, but it sure changed a lot to be safe to where we don't really have these crashes anymore.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I mean, like the whole deal with the Ford Pinto, how it
Like
would
the
blow
Pinto.
up. Like it needed to, car safety needed to change because I've said this before, but the fuel cell, the fuel tank in the Pinto is the exact same part number that's in the Ford Falcon. that you just bought.
Oh.
So it's a car from the 70s that has a 60s fuel tank.
Surprise!
You know, you look in the back of the Falcon, the fuel tank is the bed of the trunk. It's the same thing. It's held in by like 8 bolts. There's nothing to protect that. But the thing is, like the Pinto is a small hatchback, whereas the Falcon is a sedan or, you know, a 2-door coupe, I guess. But you have this big chrome bumper and a bunch of bodywork between the fuel tank and the car that hits it, whereas the Pinto didn't. So the flaw in the fuel cell was exposed. Oh, speaking of fuel cells, with Justin Kramer, with them building that dirt track drag car using a airport tug's fuel tank as the fuel cell.
These things are like right on the outside.
Yeah, they don't have baffles on the inside. They're
I
not
can
meant
see
to,
like the tube sticking out from the tug.
their tank. I didn't know the tank has a fuel gauge on it, like integrated into the tank, and it's all aluminum. And they're like, this is a great tank. Like, wait a minute, there's no baffles in this. And he said, don't worry, if we fill it up enough, it's not going to slosh enough that we'll be fuel starved. But that's like, oh yeah, those tugs don't go anywhere, so the fuel cells don't need baffles in them.
I just want to buy one.
Just ask Corey. They'll
Get
probably
lucky at an airport auction.
when they're done with it, done with that Trans Am drag car, they'll probably just give it to you. Anyway, Fairchild Crest. Paul Sanchez Boley, thank you for $5. How does Cumtown influence RCR scripts? It doesn't.
Yeah.
We can't go Nick Mullen and Stavros and Adam on this because YouTube is pretty much ABC Family now.
Yeah. And you get to
And to be fair, like I only discovered Cumtown like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. Like I've been going back and just like binging a lot of stuff. And
You've played it a lot at my house when we're doing like
house painting. Yeah.
I'm just incredibly jealous of Mullins.
Sorry,
It's
honey,
like-
I'm listening to this now.
They're like a relic from the old mean internet.
Yeah,
Of,
like
like-
the E-Bombs World Internet.
Yeah.
2007.
Yeah, it's
The
you know
YTMND times.
Yeah.
they could have called it the 2007 cast and it would have been, but
I know I said I was done drinking, but is there a
Just a little left.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
but I'm so jealous of Mullins' ability to like do impersonations of literally anybody. So yeah.
Lo-fi camping guy says AVE or LGR parody when. Try to review Technology Connections Fiero. Well, shout out to Technology Connections. Shout out to Alec. I think we have an open invite just to go hang out with him in Chicago. AVE knows of us, but they're all out. He's all the way out in BC, and he has a kid and a family now. Lazy Game Reviews. Early on in RCR, we were going to do a collaboration, and I just balked on his email. I forgot about it because he likes cars too. He has that one video on like the Ford interactive experience from like the 90s. It's like a CD-ROM that Ford would just mail to you if you asked for it.
Cool.
So I'd love to do collaborations with them. Actually, I should hit up Lazy Game Reviews because if the car I want to replace the Falcon, if he's on the way, I could stop and just say, hey, on the way home. I think he's in North Carolina. And the car I kind of want, they don't appear on the East Coast. They appear either in California or down in the South. Hint, hint. Keith Leva says, hello from the other side of Pennsylvania. Oh, you're out in the west side where sodas pop.
Oh wow.
You're in the reject.
Basically Ohio at that point.
See, the thing is, like, most of PA is the West Coast because, like, my side of PA ends at Harrisburg. That's like the Susquehanna River.
Yeah. Past that, it's mountain region.
Yeah. See, I rarely venture past the Susquehanna River. And you call that the middle of PA, but it really isn't. Altoona's or State College is really the middle of PA. But even that's the weird thing about Pennsylvania. Central PA is Western PA.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hello from the other side of PA. Can't afford a Falcon, so this is the best you can do. I appreciate it. Thank you, Keith. Phil McPower says, in before the auction ends. I know we're about an hour late getting to these questions. I don't know if we'll be read before then. Well, it wasn't, but I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Brett Stevens says Roman president 2024.
I was going to say.
What's your slogan?
Doing the bare minimum the most.
Yeah, doing the bare minimum the most.
No, I mean, realistically, a lot of it would depend on, well, there are a lot of jobs that I'm really not cut out for because of anxiety and how poorly I do in stressful situations. And I can't imagine holding public office would end well for me at all. Of course, I've applied 3 times to be on Survivor, so I don't know why I think that that's something that I could do. As a matter of fact, I'm almost positive it's something I can't do, but I feel like if I could do it, then I would feel functionally invincible and feel like I could do anything. So maybe that's part of why I do it. Well, that and I just love the game. Like I've studied the game so much ever since I was like 15 and writing fucking friend fiction with like a Survivor with like playing it against my friends. Of course, I was never in the game, but it's just a strange thing. And I always found it funny. Like I never liked the cards that they would give away, and they don't do the car giveaway anymore, but I still find it funny that, you know, like, oh, look, here's a Kia Rio or something, or whatever Rio.
You could do the Amazing Race.
Amazing Race. I've never actually watched, but I hear it would probably be more my speed. You know, it's just, I don't know. And I don't know when Survivor's
I gotta hit
back.
up Cove because they still haven't paid me.
Huh.
For that Cove audio split that we did with the freaking Pacer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They still
Splitting the
haven't paid
sound
me
log.
yet. And they haven't answered my email, so I don't know.
Got to send Joey numbers out there.
Joey numbers.
I don't know. Just make up like an aggressive sounding guy.
The Simpsons character with Fat Tony's mob.
Johnny Tight Lips.
Yeah. I ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, it's like, hey, where you hit? Who said I was hit?
What do I tell the doctor? Tell him to suck a lemon.
Ahmed says, what should I do for a hole in a gas tank I bought?
Plug it.
Yeah. Okay. If you're going to weld a hole in a gas tank,
Flex tape.
I've seen people, I've seen people plug gas tanks with like JB Weld and like amazing goop and stuff like that. Gas tank is called buy a new gas tank. I mean, if you have a hole, like, did you bash your gas tank and break it? I mean, if this is a beater car, who cares? The problem is when you weld a gas tank, you have to take the gas tank out and then drain it and let it air out. Because if you put a torch to that, even if there's fumes in it, it's going up. The short answer is, honestly, you just have to buy a new one. I mean, you'll be so much happier with a new gas tank. Nothing's wrong with it. But my thing, I've seen people, like, if they have like a small hole, they use like J&B Weld and a quarter. Literally a coin. They just smear the J&B Weld on it and then just shove they just make a big mess of it and just shove a quarter on the other end or a coin. And that's it. They call it a life. That's my answer. Will Down says, I'm going to be so excited for you to get a 1992 to 1995 Civic. They are really great cars. Just look out for oil leaks. Mine hit 180,000 miles last Friday.
Wow.
Good guess. Wrong manufacturer.
Oh, so it's like playing an automotive game of Guess Who, and then you can put that one down.
But you are in the right time frame.
A lot of people were saying in the chat, there were so many guesses as to what the new car would be. One was a Tercel.
I mean,
he's close.
I saw like Hilux,
close. Nah, Hilux is no.
Activan, all that stuff.
Activan. It is not a K car. I will say that it is not a K car.
It's not.
It's not a K car.
Technically.
Japanese K car or American K car, you mean?
Oh.
Or is it?
No, I'm not going to buy an American K car.
Yeah.
Those head gaskets, those head gaskets are made out of tracing paper. Speaking of that, Jordan Pence, nice, says, thank you for your donation. Will the next RCR mascot be Wingadinga? No. Woova Doova, don't know what that is. Wampa Dampa, no. Or Wunkus Dunkus. That sounds like a Dunkin' Donuts knockoff.
I feel like there was a third onomatopoeia that you came up with. Like there was
Beepin' boopin'.
Peeping, pooping. Yeah,
That's like 80s stuff.
yeah.
Like late 80s. Like,
Gabagool.
Gabagool. Tone. How about
That's
a
the
nice
Italian version.
gabagool? Yeah,
they were talking
Capicola
about
ham.
Gabagool on Cumtown. Like, what is it really? It's that meat.
It's capicola ham.
Okay.
Yeah,
But I
it's,
guess I don't know if it's like
It's an office joke.
pronunciation that over time capicola becomes gabagool, but it's tone.
I thought it was just from The Office.
Oh, I thought of it as from The Sopranos, particularly the Mad TV spoof of The Sopranos
Oh,
on
maybe that's
the
where they
PAX
got the joke.
network.
Mm.
And Joey Diaz is in that sketch playing
Nice.
Big Pussy, because of course. And Joey Diaz is going to be playing Big Pussy's father
Hell
in
yeah.
the prequel movie,
Hell yeah.
which makes all the sense in the world.
Yes.
Now I want to watch The Office and The Sopranos.
Sean Brewer says, I wish I could afford to bid on the Falcon out here in California. Anything made before 1992 that has an engine and four wheels goes for $12,000. Wow.
California money.
I'm not surprised that it's not California prices. In fact, I don't know where our winning bidder is from. Like
Your last car went to California.
Yep.
Yeah.
The MR2 is
I guess it
in
still
Alabama.
lives over there in the hot Californian sun.
The thing about MR2s is they don't overheat because they have like twice the amount of coolant that your average car from the late 80s does, because your radiator's in the front and the engine's in the back, and you have these radiator lines running the whole length of the car. That's like an extra liter and a half of coolant that's in there. And Justin Bernash was saying you can take a stock MR2 on a track and it's not going to overheat. There's just so much coolant in those things. He'd laugh when people would like take a stock MR2 and was like, well, I want to track it, so I need an aluminum radiator or an aftermarket radiator. Says, no, you don't. You have so much coolant in that thing that your coolant cools on the way to the radiator and on the way back. What are you doing?
So efficient.
Yeah, they're great. Some people are guessed that I'm going to get another MR2. It would be neat if RCR got big enough that I could just run the gamut and have all three MR2s just to complete the trilogy. And I do like the idea, but the thing that bugs me, if I would get another MR2, it would be a third gen, because I've never had a convertible before. But the second gen is super hot. But the thing about the second gen is that its doors are like, I'm trying to think of an airplane that has a very high wing to fuselage ratio. Like it's a fuselage with some gigantic wings on it, like way too large. Like, I don't know, is a Quest
A powered glider.
Okay.
A glider with an engine.
There you go.
The Grob G109.
Yeah. Is that the one where the motor folds into the body?
Like it.
Okay.
Yeah. Something like that. Made to glide, basically.
You open doors on a second gen MR2, you're hitting both cars. They're huge doors. So that was the thing that turned me off to the second gen. Just the logistics of having to do that skinny walk out and like hold the door, don't let it hit the bump stops in every single parking lot, because the doors on a second gen are long. Anyway, whereas a third gen is a stubby car, nicer. But I'm not getting a MR2.
Nice.
Phil McWonder, don't remember which video, but it was an old car show where you went and the auctioneer was out of shape and winded, just wheezing out the numbers. I know what you're talking about. I think that was Wheels in Time where I went. Yeah, it was a Wheels in Time video. The thing I remember about that day is I was there with Justin Kramer, and Justin Kramer was waxing poetic about the genius about the chicken and French fry food truck. It's like, that is genius. All it sells is fried chicken and French fries. It's like, you have $7, you get French fries. You want chicken, that's $12. That's it.
What was the food truck at the gym that hosted the car meet in Austin?
That was just owned by On It.
On It.
So
that peanut butter shake they made.
Yo.
It really was. Yeah, that was. Damn.
Shout out to On It.
I want it.
It was kind of weird, like getting a tour of their gym, and there is a floor to ceiling poster of Joe Rogan in that gym.
And he's making like the
like all hail Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
He has like a kettlebell. It was a cool gym. I mean, if we go back to Austin, you know, I have the phone number for those like PR guys there at the gym. I mean, I'm totally open to going back to Austin and just having another meet in that parking lot.
We can rent another quirky car from the airport and drive it around the track.
Hell yeah. No real question. This is Graham White says, no real question. Good luck with the auction. I just want a clean Ranger with a 2.3 for my daily. That's a nice thing. You're talking about a new Ranger or an old Ranger? Doesn't matter. They both run 2.3 derivations of 2.3 Limas. Hint, hint, another car coming up on RCR. Thank you for your donation. Quaxum with $6.90. Nice. Speaking of imports, second-gen Toyota Century turns 25 in a couple of years. Think they'll show up in the U.S.?
Century.
Yeah. Who's going to want to work on a Toyota V12?
I've ridden in them because I think the Century is the go-to taxi. Oh God, I forget what. No, it was a Toyota Crown. Never mind.
Yeah.
Japan has like, this car is the quintessential taxi. Like ours was the Crown Victoria.
Yeah.
In New York or whatever. But in Japan they have the same thing. It's like either it's so weird because the Toyota Century looks like it's something from like early 80s or late 70s,
Yeah,
but
they
it's
never
modern.
updated.
Yeah, they're totally modern.
One of the greatest cars I've ever driven and ridden in, Toyota Century. I remember that day, the wind was blowing so hard in New Zealand, it blew the thoughts right out of my head. But getting into that Century, and it's just the doors thunk. It's like, this is a level above almost anything else.
It's okay. We'll get you to Japan.
They have Japanese Classics occasionally gets a Century. They have the older ones, but I'm sure they're great. Thought about a Century. What I'm getting is not a Century. Tim Hecker. Are you guys coming to New England, the Northeast? I'd love to. Skiing is what's going to get me to the Northeast. You're welcome in my 07 Focus hatch in Grandma trim. Love the show. Watching for 3 years. Thank you, Tim.
I love flying to
Thank you.
Maine.
Yeah.
It's so nice up there.
What do you get up to in Maine?
We fly into Bangor and Portland. Both nice cities. Portland's super fun.
Yeah.
Really touristy in the summertime, of course. But off season, you can rent cars for cheap at the airport and just drive it around Maine. I got like a Ford, or I think I sent you a picture long ago. It was like a Ford F-150.
Yeah.
I rented for like, I don't know, not that much a day. It was like $50 or $60 a day because it was off season.
Yeah.
It was going to Maine off season. And
was it 4-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Oh God.
Was it snowing that day?
No.
Whatever.
No. Safe. Unlike that time I was in frickin'
Hell
Montana.
Yeah.
Stupid Jeep.
SFDM says, greetings from Finland. Any plans on doing more reviews on Saabs? Yeah, we have a guy with a Saab, a convertible that I was talking to. We did a bunch of his other cars. I think he's down in Pottstown that we can finally get another Saab. Saabs are like becoming obscure now. Also trying to find people who can work on them. I think his is a GM Saab though. Long-time enthusiast, and I love the 900 review. Thank you.
I want to know what it's like to live in Finland and play My Summer Car because the game is based in Finland.
Yeah.
I think it's based in a real place, but I don't know. Who knows?
Fred E says, my pops picked up a Model T. Cool. The day you put up your announcement video. Laughed as I told him he could have had a V8. I don't understand that. I mean, are you talking about making a T bucket? A T bucket is where you get a Model T and then frame swap it for something that could handle like a small block Ford or a small block Chevy.
Well, it's a play on the slogan for V8, the tomato with vegetable juice. Could have had a V8.
I put my head back and felt like I was on a tilt-a-whirl.
Oh, the spins.
Yeah. So as much as I like to drink more of that champagne, I am done.
Welp.
Yeah.
It's not that much left, actually.
Okay.
I'm not driving for a while.
Matt Lee says we may be walking to the restaurant. Matt Lee says, please come to Pittsburgh and ride mopeds with the boys and girls. in the Moped Club of Pittsburgh.
Huh.
Can do impressions of someone from. Can you do impressions, Gordon? No, I can't. I can't do any Futurama impressions. I'm sorry. Matt Lees, send me an email.
Were
Regular
you
cars
trying
at
for a
Gmail.
Dr. Zoidberg impression right there?
I was going for
Farnsworth.
Farnsworth. Yeah.
Okay.
Good news,
Good
everybody.
news, everybody. I don't have it.
So Pittsburgh Mopeds, send me an email, regularcars@gmail.com, and just include like Pittsburgh in the title of the email, Pittsburgh Mopeds, because I always like coming back to Pittsburgh. It's tough
The
to film in
Berg.
Pittsburgh, though. It is horrific to film in
It's a
Pittsburgh.
tiny Manhattan,
Yeah.
is what I see it. Bordered by water, incredibly dense in the center.
Kel says, here's $25 to start your career on OnlyFans. My dick's not exotic or big enough to be on OnlyFans, and I was circumcised asymmetrically. It's not a pleasant sight. But thank you so much for your donation.
Thanks, parents.
Tristan Green with $10.69. Nice. Beers. Look up auctioneers over hip hop beats if you need a chuckle. Oh yeah, the Alberta guy who was auctioning off. Yeah, I love those. If you need a chuckle, how's Pfizer stock looking? I don't know. I haven't checked in a while. Moderna is the new darling, but I think Pfizer's is fine. Pfizer is a buy and hold.
Yeah.
You know, they make dick pills, and everybody's going to need them. That's a solid bet.
And they might make the Rona vaccine.
They
I
may.
think.
You know what? They're
They're
going to be
in the
involved in
works.
one way or another.
yeah.
Like whoever makes it, they have enough money to say, yo, let me franchise that.
Yeah.
No, you're going to be paying me. How's that work? Don't worry about it.
Yeah. It's like this newsstand belongs to Jimmy the Legs now. You'll have
Paul Wagner just arrived on stream. Not sure this question was asked yet, but I was wondering why you chose Bring a Trailer versus Doug's Cars on bids.
Doug's car's brand new.
Yeah,
kind of.
it's to me, in my mind, I love Doug, but his site's unproven. I mean, the thing is, like, you could probably put your beat if they don't accept. Well, Bring a Trailer will probably do it.
I started the application process. They do want it.
Okay.
Yeah.
cool.
But
let me
Doug's
know.
thing would be, it's I looked at Doug's website and it's you can see the differences between Bring a Trailer in terms of what cars show up on there. Definitely.
What differences did you see?
Bring a Trailer is more catered to cars you don't normally see, or if you do see them, they're in an immaculate condition, like
Right.
I don't know, 33,000 mile Honda Civic.
Yeah.
But I saw a lot of just normal cars on Doug's website.
Okay. It looks like Doug is picking up. Is Doug? This is going to sound mean. It looks like Cars and Bids picks up Bring a Trailer scraps. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing, because my mom had like a 40,000 mile in resale red year 2000 SLK 230 compressor in manual.
Ooh.
So yeah,
I was
a
making a Gran
Mercedes-
Turismo 3 car.
a manual transmission convertible supercharged Mercedes was my mom's like retirement gift to herself, and Bring a Trailer didn't want it, so it's not special enough. So that would be a thing for Cars and Bids.
Yes.
I mean,
you have the Lexus 450 here.
Yeah, what is that? The Forerunner
Right.
equivalent?
You have you do have unique cars, Toyota Hiace.
Right. But you know, Doug's plan is sound.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it's why I
also
wish I
West
would have bought
Coast.
Dollar General stock.
Yeah.
I never shop at Dollar General, but holy shit, they're making bank. So
The comments are saying Cars and Bids is 80s and up anyway.
right.
So
That's right.
it's
Yes.
yeah.
There are no.
No winged dingus.
Yeah. There's some
Pfizer
cool
stock
cars on here,
question. We
though.
did that for Tristan Green, Paul Wagner, Chill Cola, something or other.
Let's get the Hummer.
I'm up in northern Minnesota looking for a somewhat fun wagon daily driver. Should I go Outback XT or Volvo V90 XC or a
Outback.
German wagon? Yeah, Outback.
Speaking as a guy whose airline is based in Minnesota, Outback.
Yeah. Plus, parts are going to be available all the time. All that is a and then you have the XT, so you have turbo. Great.
Minnesota's weird because you can go there and it's 70 degrees, t-shirt outside, and you can go there like 6 months later and it is you're going to die outside, the long dark IRL cold. It's very different. Here we have moderate summers and moderate winters. They have moderate summers and deep cold winters. It's basically South Canada.
Damn. No thanks. Hungry Moose says, and thank you for your donation. I was cleaning the other day and found a map of the Pennsylvania Turnpike from 1960 that I bought shortly after you got the Vagabond Falcon with intention to send it to you. Is there a place I can mail it to you? Sorry, Hungry Moose, there's not. It would be a pretty cool poster for the background in here, but I am a private person and I don't have a P.O. box. So hang on to it. I appreciate the offer. It means a lot, but keep it.
I've always wanted to go to the abandoned sections of the PA Turnpike. I've always read about them.
Are there the places where you can ride your bicycle?
Yeah,
Nice.
and there's like abandoned tunnels.
Sweet.
So cool.
Man, ever since the summer came, I bought that bicycle to help me through the Rona before my gym opened up again. And that'd be a place to take it. Put it in the back of the Forester. A swarm of dead insects doesn't have a question. Just says nice with a donation of like 69. I don't know what the cents version of ruples is. I think that's what it is. Man, I'm going to need that gargle away soon. The
good news is I finished the champagne.
Well done, Tony. LSVA, the car guy, says, for the next car, will it have pop-up headlights? No, it will not. It will not have pop-up headlights. Good question, though. For the obsessive people, hopefully they're narrowing it down what on earth this could possibly be. Rec. Hello, Rec again. Not a firefighter. The smoke is setting off my asthma. Also, I can relate on Muscle Car Bros trying to race my it's not a lightning Raptor. Yeah. Raptors can move, but they're no lightnings. They're not meant for that. They're meant to be kind of smooth off-road. Good question, Rex. Sorry that we're getting through this. It's getting late in the day. Marcus Toot says, opinion on 2003 Saturn Vue with a V6 and all-wheel drive. I say pass. Those like early 2000s Saturns. I mean, that's like the not good era where like what you're buying is an Opel, really. You're buying a Euro car rebadged for the United States.
Was Saturn rebadged?
Oh yeah, they were always a global platform. That's how they made them in the US.
Huh.
The very beginning of them bringing the European stuff over here, especially in 2000s, the GM something platform, which is the same as like, I think all the Saturns starting in 2000s, I'm trying to quote my own video, I think were Opel Insignias.
Weird.
Good question, Marcus, dude. And my opinion is no. I'd avoid those Saturns. Karen Hadley says the final countdown. So this is how far back we are.
Yeah, a little back.
People are still talking when we finished the thing. Iced Ink says, congratulations for whatever it is you end up getting. Living vicariously through you guys right now since Bring a Trailer rejected my hearse. Sorry to hear that.
What? They rejected a hearse?
Damn. Well, I guess if it's later than 80s, you can go to Doug's site. That's sucks, man. Henry Fullis doesn't have a question, but thank you for your donation. Nullification says, hoping you get at least $10,429.69 for the Falcon. Well, we almost did.
Close.
We almost got 10,000.
That was up there. We did end with 69.
Yeah.
That's important.
Man, that winner got a hell of a deal. I'll tell you what. Lance Buckenheimer says, for the new car, is there a separate budget for modifications other than the auction money? No, I am not going to be
modifications needed.
No modifications needed. I'm done having project cars.
They did work to it.
They already did work to it. And that's all I'm saying. And we're talking about just general preventative maintenance.
Yes. Yeah.
Kyle Reed says, with $10 Canadian, thank you. Congratulations to the winner. I currently own a 1993 Suzuki Jimny Turbo. Imagine a Suzuki Samurai that sounds like a cappuccino when you put your foot down.
Those
That's
are
not
fun.
a bad sound. Very cool. Thank you. Paper Van says, if you did an RCR project / build a car all over again, but it couldn't be a Falcon. Okay. What car would you be?
You mean like Project Dad Time sort of thing?
Could be Project Dad Time. Project Dad Time is me buying a manual transmission Toyota Camry and putting nitrous on it. That's kind of a build, I guess. If I could do it all over again, it would probably be a 2nd-gen Falcon convertible. And I would do, if it didn't already have the 200 Power Master, most of the Falcons you find have the 170 cubic inch straight 6. I would dump that for a 200 Power Master because everything lines up. It's the same engine, just bored and stroked. And maybe get the adapter to put a 4-barrel on it. And then that would be it. That'd be it. It'd be done. And just keep it as it is. Just have like Bluetooth. Now have fun with a convertible. Good question. Thank you. Paper Van says...
is there Clint in there?
Clint. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Skip Clint. Thank you. Might be taking my Dodge Viper on a 2,000-mile trip from Colorado Springs to Boston next week. Paying the traction gods. Yeah, we're supposed to get snow, man. Sure that's a good idea? At least she's warm enough inside. Yeah, they're great. Transmission tunnel heats up pretty good, doesn't it? Well, God be with you, and don't be brave and no heroes.
Yeah.
But thank you, Clint. Paper Van says, if you did an RCR project, oh, yeah, right. The PVVX doesn't have a question, just a picture of a bird with a thumbs up sign. Thank you.
Very nice.
Twin Leaf says, the Rockwell Commander is pretty common down here in Texas. I work and fly out of an airport that has 5 or 6 bases there. If you want a rare plane to look up the Mitsubishi MU2. Tony's in the bathroom right now.
I saw that being mentioned in the regular chat too during that stage of the conversation. The MU2.
Exploit Analyst. My bladder is getting compressed. Exploit Analyst says, you covered a couple of Pontiac Fiero GTs early on, but have you driven the 4-cylinder off camera? What? You're coming to Pontiac Fiero GTs, but have you driven the 4-cylinder off camera? Yes, I have. Shout out to Nush from Moyer's Car Care. He owns a 4-cylinder. Does he? Yeah, it's a 4-banger, isn't it? A 4-cylinder Fiero. I drove it around. It's fun, slow. Yep, you're right. It is not quick, surprisingly torquey. I think it's down to gearing, but yeah, not Carlisle guy. Don't understand that question. Oh, I have another article I'm supposed to get out from Carlisle where I went to the thing. Shout out to Michael Garland. Yes, I did write your art. I'm writing it now that I have a break in the action. So there's a me diary, and it's probably going to be a Jalopnik article coming out when I do it. It'll be out before Christmas, I assure you. I should probably say that to them now. Oh, that was a text he sent me. I have to pee really bad.
How many questions are left? Too many.
Go answer some.
Yeah.
I have to refresh this page.
It's that I genuinely don't believe that when people ask the questions, they're doing it with like, well, gee, I wonder what Roman has to say. It's like,
yeah,
but
it's the channel.
You get what you get. Yeah. It's
okay. Star Wars 917 is the last one. Oh, we are at the end.
Oh, all right.
Oh, all right. Well,
I want you to cash in. Tow hitch Papa, send me. What is this? I want to crash, so you tow hitch Papa. Rear end me. I love you since 20K, no face days. You leave me on read on Patreon. I love you, Daddy Regular Heart. Thank you.
Nice.
Josh says Schuylkill County roads go. Yep.
PennDOT.
Shout out to everybody who lives in Schuylkill County who has a bright idea of putting a body kit on their car. I'll see you in March when that thing's split apart. Phil McWonder, I gotta pee.
When I drive the BaT over here, which has the coilovers, whew, Am I dodging potholes?
Let's see.
I like the crab dance.
Filmic Power. Work is about to begin. Glad I can make the Vagabond Falcon stream. Here, go buy a beer on me. Drink to ending the pandemic. Cheers.
Yeah.
Hey. Camera Bird, $4.99. Thank you so much. The official car of flight students that are at a school that requires students to wear epaulettes.
Toyota Corolla, because they can't really afford anything when they're here in the US on a green card. But if you're a wealthy student, I don't know, you buy a Mustang. That's the go-to. I'm a foreign student, but I want to look nice car.
Thank you
Then
so
they
much.
bust their visa.
Camera Bird, $4.99. Oh wait, no, I just did that. Tales from the Junkyard, $4.99. This may not be any of your guys' wheelhouse, but what are your thoughts on the Checker Company and their quintessential taxi cars? I mean,
Like the Ford Crown Victoria.
like the
Taxi
normal
cab?
taxi. Yeah, I mean, like I don't know necessarily anything. I don't have any
What's
insights.
Checker Company?
Any thoughts on Checker Company taxi cars?
Yeah. The Checker Marathon was that old school noir New York City taxi that everybody sees. That they were a company that just made taxis. They made other stuff. And in fact, if you wanted to buy a taxi, they made a civilian version of it called the Checker Marathon. It's exactly the same thing. Google. They're pretty cool. The back seats have more legroom than the front seats. And I think they have like rumble seats and like they're long, big cars.
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air
Hell yeah.
taxi.
They're around there. The only one I know of is Corey's, and he is had like a turbo in it or something like that.
Where did these all go? There must be thousands of them.
I don't know where they all went.
Seems like it.
I probably just got all crushed. I mean, they're just like old planes that are just done.
Yeah.
There's
Park them,
Who
scrap
wants
them,
some?
whatever.
Yeah. They're like planes that have passed through every single carrier. It's Ryanair had them.
You make more money parting it out than you do selling the whole plane.
Probably. It's worth,
Honda Beat is the same way.
Damn.
You crash your Honda Beat, you make more money off of it selling the parts off.
Star Wars, the students something here. Buy a drink on me. Did you answer the Camera Bird?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you can give your opinions too if you.
The official car of flight students that are a school that requires students to wear epaulets. I don't know what that means.
Like students that are here on a green card for learning aviation, then they go back to their country to fly for their airline.
I don't know. Like
I said Toyota Corolla because if you're a flight student in the US from a foreign country, you're not going to be doing much other than flight training. So why have a good car?
True. Tales from the Junkyard says this may not be any of your guys' wheelhouse, but what are your thoughts? We answered that
Checker
one. Star Wars 917, last one. Jimmy the Legs Buchanan.
Oh, that must have been in reference to the whole like Jimmy the Legs owns the news cart now.
Jimmy the Legs.
It's weird.
Well,
Jimmy Meatballs.
So that's it, guys.
That's it.
Thank you. This has been 2 hours and 37 minutes.
Wow. I'm going to have to split it up when it goes on Shout Engine because for some reason I tried to put up the last 2.5 hour podcast, kept getting error messages, talked to Joe Q about it, literal name. And it said, I don't know. We're looking into it. And then I realized, it's too long. I have to split it up into a part. So I'll do part 1 will be right up until the auction ends. And part 2 will be everything else so that people who just want to listen to the auction parts can, and then everyone who wants to listen to the super chats being read, there you go.
Well, that's it, guys. Thank you to everybody else. I need to get in touch with the owner. They, not sure if it's a guy or girl, or they, is getting off work, I think at 6:30. So we'll have to have a phone call then. Until then, that's been it, guys. Thank you for watching the stream. Thank you for watching The Falcon, thank you for everybody who bid, and thank you for the generous donations on Super Chat throughout all of this. We will put your money to good use. I'm probably going to spend it on tracking down a new car, honestly.
Yeah.
The new car that I'm looking for, I had the idea of, I hoped the Falcon would have gone, like, my satisfied price was 10 grand.
Got close to that.
It got close to that. My, hey, that's pretty good price was 15. And then I was getting excited thinking that the Falcon was worth 20 grand. Clearly it isn't. But, you know, I trust Adam Smith's at Visible Hand of Free Enterprise. So that's what it's worth. My Falcon is worth $9,000. So I will have to spend some of my own money on getting the replacement car. But looking back, like, see, the 20,000 was, I was so blessed because of you guys that we had like almost 10 sponsors, and still the Falcon cost me 17,000 in parts alone, and to make. And then over the years, you know, a couple more $1,000 in maintenance and repairs. So I'm 20 deep into that car. So I've got less than half of it back. $9,000. I may be able to get the new car for $9,000, but the ones we were looking at, it's probably gonna be, I'm guessing 12.
That's if you don't ship it.
Yeah.
From wherever it comes from. Don't know if it's a little bit.
So thank you to everybody who donates to our Patreon. You're helping our channel exist as a much larger channel. Thank you to all of these super chats. Thank you to everybody who's watching. The Monday video is already done, uploaded, and ready to go.
And on Tuesday is the premiere of the annual RCR Christmas music video. And even people who do not like those, I promise you'll want to watch this one. Like, it's technically it should not have been possible, like what happens in this video, or what this video is like. So anyway, looking really forward to that. So yeah.
All right, that's it, guys. For RCR, I'm Brian.
I'm Tony.
I'm Nick.
Have a good night, guys. Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Yay, you sold